When praises goes up, His blessings come down. The shout of the King is among His people. One more time. The shout of the King is among His people. The shout of the King is among His people. When praises go up, His blessings come down. The shout of the King is among His people. So hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Glory to God. Hallelujah. Glory to God. Hallelujah.
It's every
put your hands together.
so refreshing.
It's a heavenly language. Hallelujah. Hey. Sa-da-da-da-da-da.
Shout of the King is among His people. The shout of the King is among His people. When praises go up,
It's your station.
blessings
Anywhere,
come down. The
anytime.
shout of
Epic
the
Radio.
King is among His
Sing it, sing it,
people.
sing it. One more time.
So refreshing.
The King is among His people.
The shout of the King.
The shout of the King is among His people.
When praises.
When praises go up, His blessings come down. The shout of the King is among His people.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah,
Glory to God.
glory to God,
Glory to God.
glory to
Hallelujah.
hallelujah,
Sing it like you know it. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Say, say, say. Glory to God. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Marcos, right now then, let us say. Put your hands together for Jesus. He's a heavenly language. Hallelujah. 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 Glory to God. Glory to God. Hallelujah.
Things you do for me, I just can't get enough of it. The way you're blessing me, it blows my mind. The things you're giving me, I just can't get enough. I know this your love is so strong. Your love can make out and say.
It's Epic Radio. So refreshing.
Me follow people in my pusher on a cabo. This one my boy picking twice ice on the beat. I fix to Epic Radio 99.3 FM. So refreshing.
When you talk about the DJs, then daddy, then daddy, when I DJ Wonder.
Refreshing day. Listen to Epic Radio. So refreshing.
Good morning, Freetown. Good morning, Sierra Leone, and to our beautiful listeners across the world. Good morning and welcome to the Epic Morning Show. And of course, we are broadcasting live from our 54 El Cultural Studios here in Freetown, Sierra Leone, and also we are broadcasting live, and we are broadcasting on frequency modulation 99.3 FM. And of course, the Epic Morning Show, now a 2 hours 30 minutes program, in which we divide into two engaging segments. And the first segment of the Epic Morning Show, we bring in guests, of course, to discuss critical issues, then we demand critical answers. And also in the second segment of the Epic Morning Show, we review the front pages of our newspaper and also invite analysts to break down and analyze the major stories that makes the headline. Today is Monday, the 28th day of April 2025, and I am your host, Ivan Julius Lee, and of course stay tuned for another insightful and informative show. And of course, inside the Epic Morning Show today, we can talk about 64 years of independence. What are we celebrating? It's a big question. What are we celebrating? So keep it locked. And of course, no good on side. I want to say thank you very much for choosing us this morning, and for me to be part of your morning schedule. Always like to say thank you, because well, the 2 hours 30 minutes, I will assure you that you don't go waste time for tuning with us this morning. Thank you very much, as we are the number one breakfast show in the country. So we'll go for a short break, and when we come back, we'll take our morning's message for today. Stay tuned. And welcome to our morning's message for today here on Epic Radio 99.3 FM, Slick Television Channel 37, Radio Garden, Choice FM, that's you within the eastern part of Freetown. You can listen to it through Choice FM, and via Facebook Live page viewers, thank you so much. And you can watch also via Facebook Live page at Epic Radio 99.3 FM. And we morning's message for today, some moments are seeds. Plant them deep, water them with hard work, and watch a life grow beyond them. Your dreams may actually grow if you water them with hard work. It's very important, some moments in your life them we actually in that kind of presence when we go water whatever thing we go through or whatever thing we want to do with hard work. I mean, you wake up in the morning. When you talk about clear hard work, I think I will talk to somebody this morning, and I was like, one effort you get for put in hard work, it's about when you wake up in the morning, especially when other people don't enjoy them, only they them, and you feel like they need to rest. You work hard, you come out from your comfort zone and feel like I can do this. And you've been comfortable in certain position of your life, not a good result. At some point, you feel like you need to walk out of your comfort zone and try very hard for make things happen. So what are your dreams or whatever you see? What are them very hard with hard work, or what are them properly with hard work, and you go achieve success at the end of the day. This is the morning's message for today, and make sure say today the 28th day of April. Make sure that you use them wisely. Work hard, sit out of your comfort zone, and try to make your dream come to reality. Stay tuned.
Life nowadays is not easy. No need for full food full on, man. That's not true, man. Work hard, you got for sweat. Yo. Tango can way man must better. Tango can man must eat kete. Temos can body man not take care. When you work hard, you go eat man not to pass seven. Oh mama, the dunya don't change. Outside things can go for sleep self la range. When you work, you must get. Easy work all day man, you must sweat. Politics they beat with the NS. Some people they want now they no more forget. I go work hard body man but I choke back. Stress and money make the face and twist like so black. Anyway, no full food full on. If hope they acting up like general. But base will tell them, let them also bet. Black Snoop say, let them not go see money.
Running after walk, hard you gon' make them one day.
You must make them.
By the way you walk, hard you gon' get you your pay.
You must get them.
Life no one worry, you get for walk, forget you young.
That's not true.
I see a light inside of you. This now big news for all man na saloon. Access Bank na saloon don't acquire. We mean say then don't take over Standard Chartered Bank na saloon.
Epic
I'm not
Radio.
too sure you know what that mean, but I go tell you. It means say you now get 700 branch them and other place them where you can do business with Access Bank saloon. Now America, Europe and Africa. Access Bank ready for improve your life. We mean say we don't open new life and give you service all sign at the 24 countries the world operates and over 65 million other customers them with a bank with Access Bank na salon. Access Bank not only make it easy, but make it reliable for you and give you more sense from bank business in the one whole world. You see now say Access Bank na saloon don't bring new opportunity for you for make life easy for all man and woman where one open business na saloon. Una come na Access Bank na saloon and see where we go play wonders for make life easy for you and your money. Access Bank will make them better for you.
One day you'll be like the sun. So one day you go shine.
To have a
Access,
refreshing
more
day.
than banking.
Listen to Epic Radio.
In a world where brands, businesses are struggling to capture the attention of customers, we focus on cutting-edge marketing communications that communicate, engage, and interact directly with our clients' target. Our vast experience in the fascinating world of marketing communications, event management, below-the-line activations, and more ensures that we deliver nothing but amazing results. We are the agency of everything creative. We are Priority Solutions Limited. Talk to us for all your marketing communications, multimedia productions, event management, experientials or activations, media management, public relations, and more. We are a trusted brand, and the results and quality of our services can be seen through the brands we have worked with. Visit our website at www.prioritysolutions.co or call us on +232 76 1032. Priority Solutions, we know what works for you. We have what works for you. We do what works for you. Priority Solutions, what works.
Alright, and welcome back to the Epic Morning Show on Epic Radio 99.3 FM, Slick Television, Channel 37, Radio Garden, Choice FM. You within a distant part of Freetown Safe. You can listen to it through Choice FM and also our Facebook Live page at Epic Radio 99.3 FM. 64 years of independence, and what are we celebrating as a nation? That's what we're going to talk about in the show this morning. So, Sierra Leone gained independence on April 27, 1961. And of course, since independence, a lot of people once for believe say two political parties don't dominate the political landscape in the country. And of course, the Sierra Leone People's Party, the SLPP, and that of the All People's Congress, the APC. And of course, the Sierra Leone People's Party, well, it may interest you to know that it was the first political party will lead Sierra Leone into independence. And we want to put it that this party then be formed 1951, or 1950 to 1951, and of course it lead Sierra Leone into independence. SLPP done the rule this country from 1961 to 1967, and also then we get a long break and come back 1996 to 2007. And from 2007 they wait again for another probably 11 years and come back 2018, and they are presently in governance 2025. The All People's Congress 1968 to 1992, that's a long one, and 2007 to 2018. And of course, total years in power, SLPP may probably want to put it at 24 to 25 years in governance, and the All People's Congress don't take 30 to 35 years in governance. So we are going to talk about what are we celebrating after 64 years of independence, and we celebrate Independence Day yesterday, to be precise. So we'd expect to get the Minister of Information now the studio and Channel Bar, and also the publicity secretary of the All People's Congress, Sidia Tunis, then would join me in the conversation. And for me, we can discuss what are we celebrating. I don't give a brief background. SLPP, the rule for 20 to 24 years to be precise, and the APC 30 to 35 years. So what are we celebrating? Those two parties done they in governance for quite a long time, and I know a lot of people going to talk about we get coup 1992, the spill up to 1996, that the MPRC and of course the AFRC as well. So a lot of things there for discuss in the program this morning. I will introduce my guest then shortly, immediately after we go for this break, and you can invite a friend. Get close to radio, grab yourself a cup of coffee, that if you have one, and if you get what you take from a coffee, you can grab yourself a cup or a glass of coffee, and probably if you not take breakfast, just relax and enjoy the next 1 hour 30 minutes with us. Stay tuned.
If you dip a friend, you for weekend, maybe you go get you inside this weekend. Run on for patience, what card you go get? You go get better not to pass your patience, you go get one day. Until the Lord for always pray. I know you know for say these days, like nigga no rush tell your brother man. Brother not for walk, card you go make come one day.
You must make up.
By the way you walk, card you go get you your best.
You must get up.
Life no one worry, you get for walk, forget you young.
That's not true.
Life no wire, but if you walk, you gon' make a more. If you don't walk, you don't make a more. For always opposing.
Welcome back to the Epic Morning Show on Epic Radio 99.3 FM, Slick Television, Channel 37, Radio Garden, Choice FM, you within a distant part of Freetown, and also our Facebook Live page at Epic Radio 99.3 FM. We got the Minister of Information and Civic Education, Siba, good morning and welcome to the Epic Morning Show.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me, and happy Independence Anniversary to the people of Ceylon.
Alright, and also we get Sidia Tunis, we are the Publicity Secretary of the All People's Congress, and also with doubles as the Minister of Tourism for 2 years, 2016 to 2018. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sidia. Good morning.
You're not wrong. Good morning. Thank you very much for getting me. Happy Independence Anniversary.
All right, happy Independence to you both. And we'll start off the conversation this morning. I'm sorry, I think I have to go hard. Plenty salon people can get this mindset that the APC and the SLPP, then are the reason why we find ourselves in this situation. We find ourselves so like today. People may want to describe it as sorry, the situation kind of like tough, and the responsibility or the blame don't be divided, don't be equally shared amongst the two political parties. Siba, will start with you. Do you share such a blame?
They're not wrong.
Okay.
Because SLPP and APC na saloon. But if somebody say na SLPP and APC, you're basically just saying the people of saloon. SLPP and APC not to structure them, we separate from the people of saloon. APC is made up of saloon people, an aggregation of the people of saloon, their own aspiration into a political group. We, through democratic means mostly, attain political power and express that political power there. SLPP, of course, now an aggregation of the people of Saloon. So I think say that conversation there is simplistic. It's very easy. A lot of people like for going to radio. Now they don't pull the country. No. You, me, we all. Now we don't help the country. Now we don't pull the country. Mama and papa them, Now they all don't contribute for make they contribute today, but also that is only half of the story. The other half of the story now we need for talk about. This country not just grab in the morning and we life not begin at 1961. This now ololololo country. We don't go through so many challenges. Look, we endure 153 years of exploitative colonial rule. People like for ignore that. 153 years. Just keep in mind, if in the poll for 153 years. Prior to that, we get almost another 100 years of slavery. So we constantly get a long history of exploitation, of plunder, and then after we attained independence in 1961 through some negotiation, again, we independence, no people and things they just give you on a platter. They did not. The people of Salone mobilized and organized.
And which of course now you party now, the SLPP party led it.
But not just actually. Independence, as we go land today, we'll go to the symposium we organize. I hope say my brother and sister because we send invitations plenty to the APC, the mayor go there as well. We been get different political faction them from 1951. Keep in mind we don't begin elect people and go parliament as Sierra Leoneans 10 years before independence. We don't begin the process of self-rule. But when the delegation go seek the independence of a country, they went with a group what they call the United Front. APC Bindede. In fact, Dr. Shaka Stevens and Albert Magai were the original founders of the opposition party. Then at some point, the PNP, then put aside their grievances and then come together and form the United Front. Of course, eventually they fall out again. They end up not join the final phase of independence. But independence not to one party gives alone independence. Now one party lead as in the democracy. Eventually the party them come together, and then afterwards, because we needed a democracy, a multi-party rule, we needed forget opposition. Look, I can always tell people and say, if we can, we say, oh, one wall for on the one side, and they made this country go before now, one word, then they go undermine the democratic principle. Democracy requires by its nature dissent. I get beaucoup respect and love from my brother. We sit on here, we engage, we talk, but it's fine for the purpose of democracy.
So basically, you want to share the blame?
No, not to share the blame. I think blame is
my initial question was,
yeah, but I make I say they're not wrong.
Okay.
But now only half of the story.
Okay.
Because SLPP and APC are not separate from the Salone Post we talk that. That Salone Post in there gets stake inside SLPP, gets stake inside APC. And like I say, now half of the story. Because the history of Salone is complex. We get years of slavery, 153 years. So I collect the one that we can say, 64 years, nothing. We went through 150. We not even go halfway yet since the exploitation and plunder of colonialism.
So that we are independent now, and a lot of things supposed for don't change. Siri, do you share that blame? SLPP and APC. I mean, now the two political parties then we make within the present situation. What is it?
Well, I mean, you know, the SLPP and the APC now they don't rule Salone the longest. Probably because of that, now that make people get a notion, say, you know, that they're responsible for the situation we will find ourselves in as a nation. As much as, yes, you know, if you look at governance, maybe that is why the blame is on them. But I'm not going to entirely say, you know, not they're responsible, because as much as, yes, they don't govern the longest, but we also don't face challenges as a nation where probably they beyond their control. But also we get a look at during the reigns, you know, of them two political party they are so in governance, which are the gains where the country make, and which are some of the major challenges where the country go through. I'm not going to go into the historical phases again because Siba don't do quite a good job for explain. But then there are some aspects also of a country in governance structure where anytime people they talk about Salone, then they tend for ignore that those dark days where the country go through even in recent times. Any country we don't face 10, 11 years of the kind war where we face now this country. Now major challenge that one day where Salone don't go through. Because as much as the country been they face challenges before that war day contribute for take we years back. Because during the 11 year of war, it not only caused major infrastructural damages to this country, a Hamburg economy for a very, very long time on a large scale. It caused so much brain drain for we now this country. Most of we brains them people and we been the help for develop this country at every level. Plenty of them left this country, plenty of them again we lost because of that war day. So then they take we back many, many years. You can look at also the half military interventions that we happen, the coups and all. You look at that one day, again, they are then take we back. No matter how you look at it, some gains they will be don't make, whether not democratically, governance systems, then take we back. So we not for ignore them, then one and they also. And then you look at the natural disasters, whether not flooding, whether not Ebola, whether not COVID, all of these things, they add on to the challenges we would on the face as a nation. And the Hamburg economy, the Hamburg infrastructure, In terms of governance system, of course, one major factor where probably people go say attributed to both parties, one major challenge, now the issue we get for do with corruption. And that not only limited to people in governance. This is something we probably now one of the biggest challenge we face as a nation. Embedded at every level of your life. Okay. So when you look at all of these, yes, as much as the APC and the SLPP don't spend so much time in governance, and because of that, people always tend for blame them. But there are also things that we don't happen at this country. We add on to the problems we they face today. Okay. I can always say, when you look at other countries, they're not able for sit down because of the history, because of the things that they don't go through. They probably don't able for sit down and look at the governance structure and look at the things that will happen, and probably come up with get discussions around what really go work for them. We are waiting Sibasi. We don't ever get a chance as a country for really sit down, have discussions on, the historical aspect of Sierra Leone, how colonialism affect we, the independence negotiation, how that one they go, even the democracy what they practice now. Is this the kind of democracy we really go work for we as a nation?
From what you both are saying in a summary form, correct me if I'm wrong, it seems as if we will not be fully prepared for gaining independence. Is that the case, Siba?
No.
No, I'm just asking. Okay.
In fact, I think at the opposite. I think people, and this is not part of again, we'll go into this conversation today about what independence mean. Think about this. You're in your house, you get your small resources. Somebody else will big pass you, we able for take your property them without answer to you. We they tax you, but they pay anything in your country, now you host. It can't inside it, you say from city, na me there, na me they take care. You see, because na me they decide for you. You go, you born you picking them some, they take they get and go. It take you eat, it take you water, na you well, na you compound, it take we done it can give you small drip here. who been small then say free po. You better pass tight gentry. And by the way, beaucoup people if you say colonialism na been good thing for we. I get the data for suggest say from 1961 to now, despite all the challenges where this country don't go through, and I agree, we don't go through tremendous challenges. We don't reach the potential of what we're supposed to be. We don't get beaucoup problems of corruption, of bad governance, of setbacks, Ebola, conflict, COVID, all that. But at the end of the day, the dignity of self-determination, the fact that today we sit down, I am in a Saloma, and we can dream. The fact that this month and this week, plenty of we call contemporaries in the team up say they want to rule the country, then get the opportunity for even seek that. We pick it and go grab and dream of that. Then go see the flag, green, white, and blue, put up, we then see themselves inside it. It's absolutely worth it. Then I just want the human dignity, the idea say, I want to be free, I want to rule myself. But then, take any sector, and I will tell you, you call the sector. We better today pass Hausa Obinde in 1961.
Okay.
Any sector, and we will look at the numbers. We can start with education. People in Lake for say, oh, we not be the Athens. I call BS on that. You know why? You know they get Athens, we have 5 people in a class. You get Fobe College, we have 7-10 students them in the day. They all do well. But 80-90% of the country had zero access to education. Not to Athens than they. You have to have an idea of more and more people have access to education. At independence.
So how will you describe more people and not producing the kind of results?
No, we're producing.
Now, I'm just asking. How
when I
will you
go in
describe?
pain, so I just tell you, say, at independent, okay? Simple. Percentage of school age picking them, we may enroll in school 15%. 15. That means the village with me and this man who people in Komot, the people in the north, almost none of them picking and not being part of that 15%. If you born in certain village and say one primary school lady, after that, for let you go secondary school, pass you left, your mama and papa they left, also you go. These are British people after 153 years, and then they left for we. 15%. Today we get 150% enrollment. Literacy level, with the left we adult literacy level. Few people not them get basic literacy. Today adult literacy we don't reach close to 50% of the entire country.
So I remember, go back to history. Freetown now, there are approximately 1,300,000 people, 1.3 to be precise. Those days, you have to talk about 5,000, and people they grow, population they grow. So probably if you want to make that comparison, you also look at the amount of people in will be present at that time.
Yes, at independence there was 2.1 million people in Salone. Today the estimate is almost 9 million. So also, let me give you percentage. I know they give you raw numbers.
Okay.
So that means they should have done even better because the country been smaller. But then what they do, then keep a very small elite, then they give access to education. So you take life expectancy, when are one of the most important indicators of progress. Okay? At independence, life expectancy in Salone have been 37.5 years at 1961 for the Sierra Leonean. Today, we don't double land it to 61 years. What to make I want to point out here, too many people in our social media, they talk like say this country nothing better no happen here. Nothing. For if you follow independent, if you don't follow left colonial rule. It's not true. Electricity access, I know say the one pain we'll get where this man who can charge with government just for now electricity, and I agree. The president in independence speech he talk and he say yes, we get growing pains in independent and electricity. But when the British came the left here in 1961, 5% electricity access now being get only in the urban area and Freetown. Today we get close to 30%. Major district there across the country then get access to electricity. Take water again, limited only. Pipe-borne water only in the city. Today, we don't extend water access to the people of this country. Take the GDP, the size of the economy. Keep in mind, we don't produce diamond naya, we get all this naya. I went and looked at the data, 1961. GDP per capita na being $150 US dollar. Today, 1,102. 0.3 $328 million. Now $6.4 billion. So if anybody say we progress uneven, I agree. We supposed for the farther than Usai we did. But if fine, we do criticize, we do condemn, make you also acknowledge, say, imperfect as we may be, as a people, that pride we don't take for lead we don't take the baton go forward. We need for do much more. The two parties they need for do 50 times much more. We need for push this country go before. But let nobody not make the mistake for tell you say colonialism been better for we past independence than they not go.
See the year Tunis 30 to 35 years of the 64 years. Probably we want to know it as 30 years on our party don't be in governance. I mean from 68, 67 probably to 1992, come back 2007 to 2018. I mean waiting the APC.
Forget the number right.
Yes, number say 30 to 35 years.
4 plus 11.
So that's why I'm saying 30 to 35 years, Mr. Minister. Thank you. So what have you done so far in this direction?
1968 to
1992 to be precise.
Well, I mean
11 years, yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, first of all, when you did take so I'm not entirely correct. Yes, I'm not entirely correct because during that period, with political systems changed naturally. A huge period of that timeline where you don't give will be get a one-party governance system in this country. Where everybody we don't go into different parties now, being they part of that governance structure. So whether not SLPP now, whether not PDP, whether they all been they part of that APC day, because now the governance system will be get. So yes, even though it was under the umbrella of the APC, but because now be one party system, so they all been the part of it. You get the likes of Dr. Samabanya, for example. He was there. The Salia Josu Sharifs, all of these people, the JB.
So the most important thing you agree with me say they be under the umbrella of the APC.
Of course, yeah,
Thank
because it was a one-party rule.
Okay. So let's continue
then,
from that side.
You know, so so the thing is, we get for look at also what happened. You know, during them phases, then we population don't grow. I mean, people can always say, oh, you know, been there, the streets have been tarred, we get railway, you know, but then look at the infrastructure then we've been there where people they keep referring us to, and look at what we have today. Then roads then they will be get them. These are narrow roads. We're not going to be able to serve we for today. Definitely. Because if you go down the provinces, you go see that these are roads we're not for able to serve with today. Because the way how we population don't grow, the kind of car themselves what they use now, if you put them at that road, then they will be dead and 10 and day. You get for wait for hours for less certain much car and they pass before you self pass. So you get for look at the infrastructural gains we will make. You know, during that period then the way, you know, the APC serve. You get a look at how we expand this country, how we open them up to the rest of the world. You get a look at also the fact that the governance structures, them way, the systems that we were able to put in place for like we serve we you know country. I can always say every leader we don't come from Shaka Stevens to Ahmed to J.S. Momo to Ahmed Tijan Kaba to President Nkrumah to President Bill, they all get different areas then we then focus on. And all of the areas then they will see tremendous gains, yes. Challenges then you look, for example, Sheki, bring this country together. Yes, there were several challenges. People go say, yes, a lot of, you know, human rights issues then been there, people and they coups and extrajudicial killings. Now then narratives then they you go hear. They go tell you also say, oh, because they host OAU, so they spoil the country economy. But they not go also tell you say the OAU lead to a lot of infrastructural development, especially in Freetown. The Aberdeen Bridge come about as a result of the OAU. Prior to that, for let you come on our Freetown cross into Aberdeen, a boaty they use. The Bintumani Hotel come as a result of the OAU. All of the villas where you see, all of these are infrastructural developments will come as a result of the OAU, and it opened this country up. Then go tell you say JS Momo admit say, oh, it don't fail Sierra Leone. But you know go also here say under the JS Momo, that's when we got medical school, that's when we got law school. At the time that they will get Cochrane, all of the infrastructural developments then they. And then of course, don't forget say then period they also we get wars, whether not Dogbawusu in the south we destroy things or the rebel war we start. Then Tijan Kabak come, focus on peace, focus on institutional development. You had the NASITs.
And that was achievable.
The NRA.
That was achievable.
All of these things were achievable under the various governance, the governments then what they talk about. So we get the NASITs, we get the NRAs and all. So and Eskromaka instead focus on electricity, free healthcare, infrastructure, roads, and we see all of that. The developments will happen. And President Bill Kane in first time he focused on free education, and now feed salon. So these are all different ways. But then
you party feel. At some point, do you feel disappointed? I mean, looking at waiting Una don't do so far, and let's say for Anesco Mat 10 years in administration, probably 11 years to put it. Do you feel disappointed that all the country gone so far?
I think the problem we'll get, will they create difficulties for we self as a country, because what we have failed to do. For build on the past. You understand? Successive governments them actually they build on the successes of previous administration. I think we see a break. You understand? And the gains that we will make in the past, and that are the major challenge we don't face. I find it very difficult for understand why when every government come, they get for make their own development agenda. You understand? They get for make their own development plan. I believe if we don't get a government, we don't take 10 years like in the case of Anes Microma, for example. We get clear set of development agendas in electricity, whether not roads, whether not electricity, free healthcare and all that. I believe we for don't able build on that one day. That is one. And whether President Bill roll out his own, but those ones not for be ignored. But what we see they happen now, discontinuity of the previous, and then we start they start all over all the time. That one day they set we back because when you don't put a motion in place and then you abandon the journey where you don't begin to take already, you go start all over. Now behind you they go behind first before you begin for go before. And when you look at country like us, where they struggle with revenue mobilization, for example, anytime we take steps then backwards, it will be very difficult for we for go forward because challenges they come in during governance where they foresee. President Bill not be they foresee COVID. President Nkrumah not be they foresee Ebola. You understand? So it is always important. I like this kind of conversation. I really deliberate not for make this about politics today.
So,
at all not.
Siba, let's talk about
politics.
So
I really want us forget discussion, focus on really the problems and how we feel say we for solve them.
APC don't talk about infrastructures, so many more. I mean, waiting the SLPP government don't do so far before I ask you me other question. If you feel disappointed in what you inherited.
In which we inherit?
Yes. No, but let's start about which one I don't do so far before we go to the part B of that discussion there.
Well, I think I want to take a leaf off with him what I say about, for me, developments for be a continuum.
Okay.
And developments for look at, each political party will come for get a vision and deliver on that vision. I think if you look at the various terms the way SLPP don't rule this country, without a doubt, the SLPP don't deliver on the vision within set.
Okay.
You take the first term, when our independence to 1964, the SLPP been promised for deliver multi-party rule, for ensure say it open the space, for ensure say we get democratic governance and deliver on independence. Dande, Milty Magai, I think anybody with pay attention knows say the Milty Magai era, in fact many people can call it the golden era, now been the opportunity and they follow set the tone of the country and make the space for we get pure democratic governance. So from that perspective, I think the SLPP deliver in first inning. The second term with the SLPP kind of power, again, now under the leadership of the late Ahmed Tijan Kaba. Now, President Kaba, I think any Sierra Leonean, any historian will be very kind to President Kaba. President Kaba do two major things. One, na in midwife the final conclusion of the civil war. In fact, from in first term to in second term, the big thing was it deliver peace. It meets a civil conflict. Will be not ravage this country. It deliver peace. And it'll be a painstaking process for deliver that peace day. He end up share power with rebels. He end up for give them enough for letting come. I think historians will not look at that. No say he laid the foundation for the peace in the country. But beyond that, President Kaba also now him build the post 20th century democratic institutions in this country. You talk about NACIDs, you talk about what he can do for NRA, what he can do for set up structures for democracy. For let we know say okay, he make sure say we get an anti-corruption commission, he renew the police, he renew the army. So he laid the foundation again because the foundation been done so battered during the war and many years of one party dictatorship. So I think when you look at President Kaba, historians could tell you say he delivered. Now you come to the current leader, Mion Boss. In his first term, he was very clear. Human capital development focused on education. Now, it's President Biote, nobody will argue.
So a lot of people think about that's education. That's free quality education. 21% of salon budget be allocated to free quality education.
Correct.
People may see that was very huge.
Well, actually, UNESCO the recommendation is up to 25%, and we have been one of the best performers as well in the subcontinent. In the subcontinents, right now, even today, we spend more than any other country. So again,
do you regret?
Absolutely not.
No, my question was initial question.
No, everybody lay the foundation of answer the question directly.
Yes, no, that not the part the A part of it. The B part.
Don't need the A part.
All right, we're gonna work with time.
Human capital development.
Okay.
It do free quality education. It don't add about 2 million picking them to the school rule. It don't increase number of schools in the country. It don't shoot up we numbers when it comes to adult literacy and all that, and then it build on the work where APC been do, for example, on healthcare, and now we don't expand healthcare access. We don't see a dramatic reduction in, for example, maternal mortality, child mortality, and other things. So on that point, again, what he promised, he deliver. Now you don't say food security, feeds alone. So to your point about whether we regret, are there things we could have done different and better? I think if you look back at history, absolutely. I will start from the premise of saying all the political parties then combined will not fully deliver on the extent of we potential. But as a political party, SLPP gets a lot to be proud of in terms of what we promise at each stage in the time that we don't be custodian of this country, we don't deliver overwhelmingly on them promises.
According to City, one of the issues we feel like my big problem to is about continuity, and each party getting on agenda of governing the state. When SLPP take over power 2018, this now be I don't want to make it slang or probably a normal. We inherited a battered economy system. Let me ask you if you feel regret in inheriting that battered economy system, according to you guys.
Look, I think say where you can have power, you look at what you meet. You therefore be transparent to the people and say, yes. Look, as I don't say, we wish we for don't inherit better, because what you meet now you build on.
You don't want to describe as battered.
APC, waiting them be meet with them kind of power, then self wish say it could have been better. Because now from there we for build as one country for move go forward. Not to we for talk. You look at the independent data on GDP, on access to education, on literacy levels, on access to health, access to electricity, on access to water. Our numbers were down. Maternal mortality, infant mortality, that in the reality. You look at what's inside the coffers and all that. But as I say, today we not come for focus on what you do, what you not do. We come for focus on this is not independence. The spirit of independence. You say how we go learn from the bad or missteps that we all don't take, and how we will make sure say in this conversation we lift saloon. Because if APC do something wrong or then do bad, now that is suffer. Now the people of Salon. If SLPP do something wrong or bad, and who are the people of Salon? I make us say this question, say, oh, na APC and SLPP. APC and SLPP is equal to the people of Sierra Leone. Because APC is made up of a significant portion of the people of Sierra Leone. SLPP is made up of a significant portion of the people of Salon. So if finally we focus on, again, everybody for defending your record, absolutely. The record of the SLPP, we ready for, we proud for defend that record there. But what we want to focus on is how, as a country, we able to foresee the lessons that we may bother talk about. We then come, if then come, in the future, for build on what we don't do. We save in the next inning, if then come, we will save take over, we for look at, okay, how do we build on? We forget one national development agenda. We forbid the prosperity of the ordinary Sierra Leonean. For let we get access to opportunities. For let we take advantage of the gifts we get at independence. The ability for rule we serve and for take control of our own destiny. Without a doubt, we not do that it as a society as well as we should have, because we get too many people in poor, we get too many people and still unemployed, we get too many governance challenges, we get too much persistence of corruption over the years. That's the reality. Me no like for stats, me commitment to the people of Salou, I not like for stats with for can't believe say, oh, like I can't talk here fresh in the people and know it's not the reality over time. But what we committed to doing now for address then deep-rooted problems and the problem then, for example, with TRC in states about governance challenges, about inclusion. President Bill, now the president who don't can champion them thing, and they making sure say women get access to power, making sure say he appoint young people, let me open the space for young people, let me act help young people for dream, get rid of obnoxious laws like criminal libel, get rid of death penalty that don't be used for politicized and eliminates political opponents. Then one in then TRC say now then lead to that first 4 decades after independence to the problem the way the country gets. We are addressing those. It mentioned rampant illiteracy. We are addressing those. It mentioned problems to access to health. We are addressing those. So now then they will focus on so how together we address the issues with the help we for go before.
Another one, you talk about few things. We probably, if I ask, we go push the conversation, go to another level. So I don't want to keep it. What are we celebrating? Silly, Mr. Minister talk about they no inherit something much where they may expect for probably go push Salon, go to another level. And you left 2018. Do you think that waiting the APC left was enough for me to get a better or a present Salon we sweet we probably 60 to 70% of the population for enjoy?
Well, the fact of the matter is, during the APC, we enjoy a growing economy. Let we not forget, say, there was a time where we economy now be one of the fastest growing, because of course we get booming iron ore production and all of that. But then that period,
And there was a challenge after which.
Correct.
Thank you.
During that period, they will get the twin shocks. So we get Ebola for 2 years, we Hamburgwi, and then also we get the drop in the prices of iron ore. We done this affect we a lot. So that take we
a lot of people feel like there was a mistake when I focus our attention to one side for say this will boost we economy instead of diversification.
Well, no, I mean say President Nkrumah rolled out two agenda then during in 2 terms of in office. The first time he focused on the agenda for change, of course, where the focus now be energy, education, infrastructure, health, and one more. Then of course you get the agenda for prosperity. We focus mainly on economic diversification. That is in fact where you saw tourism and other areas that became priority, during that second time. So of course the focus we don't shift just from mining alone. We don't begin think of diversification, diversifying our economy so that we not go entirely focus on mining. But I not go say we left a battered economy. I go tell you say we left an economy that was recovering from waiting Ebola and the drop in the iron ore due to in this country. I go say so because a battered economy not go left a reserve. We left a reserve of about, I think, $500 million within 6 months to.
Mr. Minister, you want to confirm that with you, please?
I really know what
you want to confirm that with.
I don't want me. I not can't see for going to the tit for tat of it to do it yet because I not think that the spirit of independence.
Exactly,
that to be honest with you, and I know say it good for radio because you need follow debates so that people will get more excited. I know again. I'm sure say this man, I believe I get credibility not to pursue why the canaya for can talk say it don't lie. No. I they say the numbers in the day we get issues. Like I said, the economy was not great. If it been great, we all before no. There were challenges. And those challenges, I'm sure I get reason for them challenges and they will go through Ebola. Ebola shut we down for 2 years. Today the great make would celebrate Air Sierra Leone come back. So why we end up and all direct flight to this country? Now Ebola na make boku flights, boku thing end na this country. It shuts this country down. It's huge. Before Ebola, it's true. Sierra Leone been get the fastest growing economy. We been get an iron ore boom. The question for us sometimes is what we do with all of that and the challenges. And so on that, we all get lessons for learn. Me, I want to focus on the lessons, not on the tit for tat. Say we have lessons that we can learn on how we move the country.
See the continue. Sorry.
Yeah. So we get a recovering economy, but of course, just like how I've been saying earlier. Okay, so we left infrastructure to a large extent. We don't make several roads, especially leading to different districts and all. We don't do some remarkable job in improving on the energy provision, Freetown and other parts of the country.
The road, people target us cosmetic roads. Energy, there was this situation where they feel like the car power need for being negotiated. And a lot of people say the light was not, electricity was not sustainable. Immediately when I left power, when I go with the light.
Well, I mean, that is where I speak on continuity. You understand? So, when we begin at power, you for observe the electricity infrastructure we be get and compare it to waiting probably day now. You understand? And then you go begin for now study how we build on that. And the last I began conversation recently, just in my quiet moment, I don't look at this whole electricity issue. Like I said today, I really don't want to talk politics. I really want to focus on how we solve these problems. But let's take electricity. So we had so many different sources of energy where we been there. Kintom machine been there. We be get another one at Hill Station. We be get one at Charlotte. We be get at Blackwell Road. And then of course we be get the Bumbuna. We been there also coming from time to time. So all of them are in the combined. These are all, and what's important for Noya is that these are all owned by Sierra Leone, by the way. They're all Sierra Leonean, sources. And we began, of course, car power, but car power was not the major source of energy. Car power had been just the coming from time to time for complement, which side power go off. So we'll not be ever use even over 5 megawatts from car power. So that is why it be able for sustain. Now, of course, when you look from the time we left to now, clearly the electricity supply don't drop. So you go want to ask yourself why. Which side we go wrong? What happened? Because clearly APC not go away with anything. We left all things. So why we not build on them? So these are the questions before they ask. The roads, some of them roads they don't make them from the first term of the APC. So if you take that one day to now, they are over 10 years. Some they go to 15 years. So you cannot say those are cosmetic roads. I don't know.
Waiting people they say, not waiting me.
I mean, of course, that is where politics comes in.
Okay.
They go tell you also say President Bio free education, not free, but you not get quality. So that is the politics. People always get for fence side for blame. But like I say, I did look at energy, for example. When you look at Freetown, and this is where maybe government for begin for look at, because like I say, I really want for able for discuss how for the sustainable solution to some of these things. With population they grow, with communities they grow. We don't reach a point where probably having one source for supply the entire Freetown no go work. Because what they happen now, for example, okay, let's say car power day, now they supply is expected for supply the whole Freetown 65 megawatts. For Musaiva car power day to all the other areas, so we get for continue for buy transformers for different areas. In other countries, and I'm sure Sibag will agree with me, you go see say communities go get substations, probably run by different companies, right? So you go see, for example, Lumley, they get a substation, they get this company where they run electricity now, Lumley, then they Kisiro these days. So each zone gets its own substation where dedicated to that zone day. Because what we see they happen, people they complain about bad light. You go see say light go come, then a few minutes it go off because it a trip. So which means whatever transformer they in that community or whatsoever, not able to take the amount of load.
Okay.
Where then they pour on them. It's so small for example, serve all of that community. So these are things that we suppose for they look at for begin for discuss, for see how we go now think of sustainable solutions to some of the challenges and they will get to.
Alright, I'll bring in Mr. Minister because we're not got plenty time, but this is quick way somebody sent me this message. Talk about the bread and butter issue. Recently we see the inflation rate drop. 2023 was 54.5, correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes in February 13.1 and in March 10.7. And a lot of people, I think during the APC then we get up to 15.1 reduction, I think 2014. Now you guys have 10.7. I mean, how visible or how realistic is this?
You see, I can tell people and say, I talk then this, they ask me on my press conference, I say, the question, they appreciate the data you quote away go up, then you question away go down. The same side we say with the report, we say we pull the data for reports 54%. Now the same side we reports we can down to 10%. So if you question the data, if you question away, they go up. But we say, oh, all of a sudden, what's how they pull this data? No one so will pull the data. For land, they get a debate. Let the debates be based on the objective facts. Now, how then they calculate inflation? This is not global data. Every country then they calculate that data. The World Bank, IMF, all man get access to that same data. The statistics say in the country, they work with international partners, then they collect consumer prices across the country. It's called a consumer price index. They just track how the prices they do, particularly relative to, for example, the stability of the local currency versus mostly the dollar when at the international benchmark, and they collect and they get a formula based on that, and so they calculate inflation. Now the reason that they will make last year the inflation made it up to 50%. Again, now that same data that they use, till they don't count out to USA with this. So now they then get thing within the weight, right? So if you look at prices for the ordinary Sierra Leoneans, now one big issue will become, in fact, in the last election about questions of price control. I don't tell people and say this is not a free market economy. The government ain't grab no money no more and interfere arbitrarily inside the economy and try for tell persons that so for sale. Then they go lead to chaos and they go even lead to even much more hike in prices. But the government don't develop a simple system for manage and stabilize the economy when at the first thing. Make sure say the economy is stabilized and the loans is stabilized in general, for example, with currency. And I think anybody they pay attention knows say for at least the past year and a half, we don't maintain the economy, and we don't go to a point say you will see the economy don't even appreciate. Now growth, again, this is independently calculated. The economy been the shrink for a while. Now this year we expect 4% growth, and a growth that means say the economy they expand, buoyed by would they increase areas of production. Agriculture would increase significantly. Agricultural production would increase, for example, things like gold exports, iron ore making come back, other things when they come back. So then in our reality, prices, rest. You take rest, for example, we don't put in place a formula. We don't bring the rest price can down. You don't make them predictable. Take cement, we don't do the same. Fuel, for a while now, we don't do that. For over a long time. This December, now one of the last December that we don't pass through for a long time, we will not to line for fuel. Because in the past, every December, predictably, we get fuel, which we don't do. We don't expand the number of players in the fuel business. We don't increase the country national storage. We don't make sure we get a predictable formula. So we know say the price, they be determined by them factors here. End up then the calculation of that of the price, not to win no more. We get all the players, including civil society, all they sit down and say, okay, price for go down. I make you see sometimes the price they go down, sometimes the price they go up slightly, but we don't keep them generally stable. So yes, I like for always why I don't talk this for say something. Things are hard. Salon they live in isolation of other countries. If I can and talk, say, oh, everything perfect, I go they mislead the people, and I don't like to do that. The people then they go through a lot of hardship. The economy, they also we want for like day. Growth, not they also want for like day. In terms of export to the gain, we'll not get what we want for. We'll not get the kind of cash infusion we'll get. But no honest person, they look at their reality, how I just point out and say, government don't do some basic things for EPWI, do the basic for take off as a country. We did at the right direction and we move in the right direction.
Really quickly, you subscribe to how realistic is this inflation rate? Don't decrease, from 13.1% to 10.7%.
I think the reason why people they ask questions around at the rapid rate at which it go up, you have things then where they drive down inflation at any country. And so when you look at we situation from 54% last year, we not see much significant change in all of the other indicators. Then was foreign exchange still there, USAID day. Domestic revenue mobilization still low. It is under 10%. prices of commodities not see significant drop.
Housing seems to be challenging.
So,
housing seems to be challenging as well. Housing seems to be challenging.
Correct. So, I mean, when you look at all of the indicators, and then you go begin for ask yourself, so waiting drive down the inflation so rapidly from 54% to 13% and to now 10%, where all the other indicators then remain the same. So you go begin for ask, waiting drive down the inflation. And I think that is where really the doubts they come from so many people, because they see a reflection of that in the markets, they see the reflection of that in the other areas then. Like the minister say, the economic challenges them on the people is still enormous, and so you look at all of that, so you get to ask yourself, so what drove down the inflation so rapidly from 54% to 10%?
I get answer. Because again, the data with Statistics Ireland they put out, it include detail about not just the trend, but also within at the drivers. Main reason for the decline: housing, electricity, gas, and fuel prices dropped from
I get a little bit issue with. Let's talk about housing. I don't want to forget off this thought.
If not for you no more, brah, now for the people there, may they know, because then say go get this question. So down there you do the follow up.
Continue.
Restaurants and hotel prices also dropped from 25 to 21%. Now some prices did increase inside this period. Furniture and household goods then go up from 12 to 17%. Alcohol and tobacco also rise from 10 to about 11%. Across all the regions, inflation declined compared to February. Again, if I let people know it's not inflation. Inflation simply means the average rise in the prices. Again, I want to pay attention to the word average rise. If it's stable, the inflation not go up, now don't they come. Because inflation, they focus, it's not basic economics. Inflation, they look at rise. If the price they continue for rise, if you take rest or take fuel, what we do is stabilize them. It's stable compared to, for example, the dollar. Fuel price don't held steady in the past. Even they go. Now I make the inflation rates. The reported is that there is a continued rise. The word inflation, no, they refer to stability. We say the price they also even there, that is a good thing. If you focus only on inflation. I just want the family to understand that, because inflation, I say, if you believe the data will go up, you got to believe the data will come down. It's as simple to me. So inflation, they refer to rise in prices. So if you take risk, even if you don't like we save, you will not say we don't do well in terms of stabilizing the price of rice. And in some cases, especially for imported rice, there's been a decrease in prices. That's a fact. And a price is one of the major things people they spend their money on. So inflation, they assess which thing your money able to buy at a very specific period of time. Another thing people they spend their money on, and then basic commodity, but then commodity they're affected by fuel price. Rest and fuel are the two major drivers and in terms of people and spending. Because when you go buy pepper or other thing and say then go say fuel being go up, it affects all things because people then get for move. So what we do, we focus on the one and they because then are basic drivers of the economy. Then we don't attack cement. We are another price back way for the middle class, because cement and aspirational good. All my one for billows, you want for maybe fix in place and all that. The price of that they affect other things them. So on entry commodities in there, we don't put them down. You take the tourism sector, we don't begin for expand opportunities, and so the prices of hotels, because again of the period we put in a can saloon, the price they go down. Now basic economics, with demand increase within the app, you know what I mean? Supply increase, then the price they go down. So again, we know they make anything up. Government know they sit down and lie on people them, and especially when it comes to things like this data, because data, if you lie param, it embarrass you, because you cannot mislead the international community, World Bank, and all that. That same data, and then when they assess Sierra Leone with compliance. With IMF Council alone, for example, we then look at with performance on the economy and that same data.
Mr. Minister, initially I want to talk about housing. If they're part of the indicators where you feel like make we reach also reach, so, and that's my concern, housing. That's I'm asking. Housing was part of it, or is part of it, sorry to put it.
Yeah, but I don't explain to you, say, prices of housing within the period go down slightly. It don't mean for say, house price don't go down, or rents don't go down overall. We take a look at, if you know the rise, because inflation refers to rise in price. If it's stable, even for a period, that is measured. The same measure would them use for measure we been go up. Now the same way that they measure and back way go down. This is not independent researchers, not so government data. This, if not been government data, will not government not for the report 54%. If government want for cheats, so if I let people understand that, you understand, eh? So again, inflation, no, they refer to stability in prices. By the way, is good from economic perspective. Inflation, they check the rise in price and the ability of the consumers for pay for things with the resources we then get.
See the quick one. I know we get plenty things for discuss, but I just want for low stay within Usaudi, so because a lot of things I disagree with you, Mr. Minister. But CD, let's continue. Yeah, you be discuss about inflation, and Mr. Minister just respond to.
Well, I mean, you know, like I say, I mean, it don't try for explain some of these indicators which drive down the inflation, but then some of them things then they then debatable because I mean, you if you go to the one that way they pay rent or way in housing or whatever, they go tell you say that drop no day. I mean, it just they go up. Yes, rice may have gone down, but other commodities, you go down the markets, they are going up. Especially the local produce, then we'll get now, then they go up. You know, so many things they where they drive prices up, not to just fail. Transportation running from the provinces to the city not go down at all, and it's not stable, safe. You know, it is going up. You know, the one where they transport and things, and you go there, go tell you say, hey, they don't add by the transportation for Kanayaso. So when you look at all of these and the rapid rate where then things then they drop and not commensurate to the reduction we minister they talk about in all of them sectors then they saw.
Okay.
You're talking about 54% within 1 year to 10%. That is significant reduction of inflation that we country. I mean, as Australian, I go happy for that one day. You understand? For see that reduction and they, but it fine for that we explain really how it happened and whether it realistic based on the current circumstances, and that is where the problem lies, because it's not reflective, you know, on the ordinary man and woman who for enjoy them where it happened, that manner in which it happened. But trust me, I go tell you say rent not go down in any way.
Alright.
I go tell you say price of pepper not go down in any way and it not stable. I go tell you say price of oil not stable and it not go down. I go tell you all of them things then they because I know. We self they do our own research, not so much because we just want for criticize, because we want for ensure say we solve them problems then they, and if we say inflation don't go down by so percentage, statistics really not just they throw figures at we because they want for make we look good. Whatever figures then they throw at we now figures we realistic, and this one is very, very difficult for swallow.
Thank you very much, Celia Tunis and Minister of Information. We will go for a short break. Remember what we talked about Salon at 64, waiting for celebrate as a nation. And of course, we don't get a lengthy conversation where while me two guests there seems for they in the same a lot of people may see this strange. Seems for they're in the same footing. I mean, no one's forget a blame game. One for look at the potential good way Salon need forget at this time, and no one for look at blaming each other. Though at some point, some may want to disagree that this one work passing campaign. Someone for believe say some political party or a certain set of political party are for the grassroots. Some want to believe that, some are for the elite. So we'll go for a short break, and when we come back, we go start for introducing our calls them or picking our calls them into the program on number 07999949993. 07999949993, the number for be part of the program. We'll go for a short break, and when we come back, we'll go introducing our calls them. Stay tuned.
Road now for you, so you for take 10 use If you walk or they drive, you for always take care. When you follow the road signs, you go know waiting for do. If you be walker or they drive, make sure you understand the sign. When you the walker, safu. When you the drive,
Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority and them partner them. This in serious one, but the one them where they use the road, their safety. For sake of this, SLRSA, they send this message to all man where they use the road. When you reach the traffic light, wait so till you tem reach for cross the road. The red light means say, all driver for stop. The yellow light means say, you for ready? Done the green light, now for go. When you reach the zebra crossing, outside traffic lights there, you go see one image like a motorman light. The signal na the other end of the zebra crossing. Where the image like a motorman light signal red, means say, you know for cross. You for wait sote that image like a motorman turn green. That time day now, you can cross na the zebra quick. Avoid shortcuts because shortcuts can cut you life short. Remember say, road safety business, now we all business. Together, we go save million people their life. Now the Ministry of Transport and Aviation, we join with the Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority, the Sierra Leone Police, Autospec Sierra Leone, and all them partner them for transport business. Bring this message to you.
When you dey drive, for the watch, all the road signs make we all sit now the.
In a world where brands, businesses are struggling to capture the attention of customers, we focus on cutting-edge marketing communications that communicate, engage, and interact directly with our clients' target. Our vast experience in the fascinating world of marketing communications, event management, below-the-line activations, and more ensures that we deliver nothing but amazing results. We are the agency of everything creative. We are Priority Solutions Limited. Talk to us for all your marketing communications, multimedia productions, event management, experientials or activations, media management, public relations, and more. We are a trusted brand, and the results and quality of our services can be seen through the brands we have worked with. Visit our website at www.prioritysolutions.co or call us on +232 76 1032.
Alright, and welcome back. You listen to the Epic Morning Show on Epic Radio 99.3 FM, Slick TV, Channel 37, Radio Garden, Choice FM, and you're in a distant part of Freetown, and also for our Facebook Live page at Epic Radio 99.3 FM. We will introduce our calls into the program. We'll get to first call online. And hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, bro. How are you, Johnny?
Johnny, go ahead. Stay within 1 minute,
happy
yeah?
anniversary.
Thank you, boss.
Yeah, God bless you. Mr. Minister, I think you're flip-flopping because you're talking about stability in prices to determine inflation. I want to give you a little jack in that. Because if there is stability of prices, how can you explain that to be inflation? No. My literal understanding of inflation, like, so much of much is too few goods. Scarcity of goods, much money, and you clamoring for it, the prices go high because they are not evenly distributed on the market. So, like, if you are talking about that, and we're seeing stagnation in terms of people really meeting their daily basic needs because it's difficult for them, you know, not everybody having the money. And even if there's deflation, where we have excess goods out there and the money is not available, still it's a need jack for us, you know, in as much as it's a need jack for you people talking about stability.
Okay.
Because the forces of market determines inflation, demand, supply, and prices. And we are not too, this is not too reflected. And also, the fastest growing economy, theoretical, not practical, because it was not really reflecting on the lives of the people. You know, we are talking about basic commodities, basic needs full on the table. How should people realize that you talk of job opportunities established or provided by then when you're talking about fast-running economy? But how was it reflected? It was short-lived. It was short-lived because there was not divestiture not diversification, divestiture. How did you use those monies we are getting from the mining to improve on the investment of the country? You know, bringing in more private sector investment initiatives to reflect on the lives of the people.
Thank you.
So, the old and present, you owe an obligation to the station to apologize to us.
Thank you very much. And for the Mustafa today, saying it's high time to stop and making excuses for the backwardness of today. Singapore, South Korea, and many African countries have turned a new page and moved forward. Sierra Leone is not the only country colonized. It's not the only country colonized in the world, but if you are refusing to do things differently, the cadence will continue. And the logo online again in pick of the call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Commander Chibu, good morning.
I wish you happy independence. No matter challenges, no matter difficulty, but me and you, we need to say alhamdulillah for the life. Trust me, the program today make me feel joy. CDI Tunis for then a radio, Minister of Information then a radio. But when you look at the discussion, it's far away from politics where are they against. Because like the political party, my brother, if the salon cry, then political party are holding for the account. But honestly speaking, Mr. Minister, I want to say salam alaikum, I respect you because you, now one minister, information minister, what they know, all the radio. And this morning, he took the reality, not all time criticism. Now independence, it don't come. We ask Allah, may God help with, then the life day. But Mr. Minister, and CDI Tunis, APC and SLPP, we not go on the drawing table. Let us think, for this country, since we get independence now they rule of this country. Moderator, let nobody know full look, SLPP and APC. We not take time, the way forward. And that continuity has stand for now. Mr. Minister, one big hospital then our Talo, from the former government, 100 baby. This radio, this hospital, national, I don't know how they call it now.
Okay.
So government forget continuity. Anyway, me now, Commander Jibo.
Thank you very much, Commander Jibo. And Isaiah Ibrahim Sanko is saying, Shiba, your analysis are well in place. I wish the ordinary citizens understand the difference between colonialism and that of democracy. But, oh yeah. And 079994993, log online again. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is a bumper from St. John.
Bumper, go ahead. Stay within 1 minute, please.
Okay. You see, this grudge and revenge, now one destroy we country. Because prior to, you see, Albert Kauda one party system, we Sheikh Stephen continue for ruler. But don't forget, under the APC term, then they call Sweetbo expensive Kenema under Sheikh Stephen. The way President Momo himself come back, he take one strong pill of the SLP when a Salia Jusuf Sheriff make him as in vice president. You see, government is about inclusiveness. And secondly, government is about continuity. But now we think about local housing, not the APC bill. But the past government, this present government, where then they continue, they don't sell them oil villa. Then they are reserving any. If it is said and create other one, government is about continuity. Like how Chinese talk no more about the structures them. If the SLPP back mistake come, continue with structures them, we go see salon they improve. But the structure they all get back, nine back with this back, then they privatize. Then they sell them, or then they give people them. Then they know they're good for any nation. And no forget, say, the 1991 Constitution may usher in the multi-party system of Momo. Now Momo, nine cow dandy. Imagine waiting on them. And even toward government of continuity, when you look about the project of Mama, it was 4 years. Government on the Guinea thing. Government is about continuity by now. Salon for don't go towards that climax. Even towards Pujon, that oil project, if President you for me. Government is about continuity. If he can't scrap, also when they don't start for bill, you can start and back down. If you say you go able to finish them. Government is about continuity, but this growth and revenge where the SLPP will not go make Salon for go before because Salon is about that.
Thank you so very much.
Sweetbo expensive Kenema, that is a Salon no get boundary. But now the area about boundary, how they go.
Thank you so very much. The 07999949993. Dawda Tali is saying, Shiba, your comparison is not taking into consideration of the population and the economy at that time and now. I think, log online. Hello, good morning. Stay within 1 minute till they call your name.
Good morning, Epic.
Good morning.
Lamin Samuel.
Lamin, please stay within 1 minute, yeah?
Yes. We talk about, let's say, independence. I believe, say, anybody really celebrate, let's say, for example, birthday, if you not get that, you get a little way, which show say, yes, this is not the day are born. But this independence now, don't forget about what we get, what we not get. But for the fact say that they now don't take bold steps, say one for this independence, we will be happy about that. So what in the government they do for the ordinary people for get excited about Independence Day? Oh, just say all sound are don't close, no way, no the way people can say, okay, we will celebrate this day. All man just say him just come on as if now begging in debt. How na go help for let people and really celebrate the day? Even you not get nothing self because they see we get bad direct, you not get nothing. They happy for that day.
Okay.
So we for happy for independence, whether we get or not get. How the government will make we happier for the independence. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. And Alex is saying, Siba, are you trying to say we shouldn't have a national agenda rather than we must have a political agenda? You left me to ask whether you're a true Sierra Union. Anyways, that's a question there. 079994993. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Emmanuel.
All right, Emmanuel, go ahead and stay within 1 minute, yeah?
Yeah, first of all, I want to say special thanks to them within the studio. But I want to also say that also as a individual or political parties, them don't feel this nation grandly. And even I send this directly to the minister itself, yeah? Within statements where he refers to the country stable, not so stable. You that they pay something like $5,000, the lane post they pay $800,000 monthly. They go to buy a bag of rice and feed in beginning. So we not call down the stability. Don't you talk about colonizing system? Long left of the count something way in the count good to the nation. Nigeria and Salou they colonized with the same year. 1961, the commander colonizing, but they did far ahead of we. Are they not Africa country? With leadership na in the problem, we need a land for talk through. Example, look like the worker fine, and the public will transport them. Then they marginalize the public transport them as if they are not Sierra Leoneans. As soon as leader on the scene, on the deprived say, all the worker fine for pass a particular street. And one time, enter one of the worker fine boss, it caused a dangerous statement to me, thinking that we not care waiting they say, wait someone know, now this area with the pass with.
Thank you.
Yeah?
Thank you very much. Okay.
Now for you know say now we come forth, I will put in a day. But now for know for say, now they serve the people of the state. Now let for the false rumors. False rumors.
Thank you very much. 07999949993, and please, when you call and stay within 1 minute, now the program when you call, please go straight to the point. So go online again and pick another call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Your name on side the call from, please.
I name Mola, I call from a region.
Mola, stay within 1 minute, yeah.
Okay, I think the smooth transition we don't get from the colonial rule to independent, the so-called independence. Now, we don't realize, no more now, which man is free again. Now we don't bother insist now that it's free. So I think that the true thing and we would enjoy that this country from colonialism. Then, Mr. Minister, talk about the health, the other things. Mr. Minister, they are just for passive information. So in a regent meeting, the only clinical Kenya by the opposite police post, they don't close more than 5 months where governments don't close down just for refurbishing and for renovating. And at the only clinic where people in the survive Panaya, they don't close more than 5 months. Imagine 1 meter they pass, a Combra CCD clinic is still function. Imagine in case on top bike and picking, they come outside close. Government don't local, they do anything, then the cost of medical very expensive.
Okay.
Not everybody afford them. Imagine now who been at this place as well now, we're not getting medical center. And to the police station, to let them to report as we appreciate the stink, the Charlton flop.
All right, thank you so very much. And we the call, please stay within 1 minute. 07999949993. We'll probably take 3 more calls and try for wrap up the program. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Your name on side the call from, please.
You talk to Usman from Spolu.
Usman, stay within 1 minute, yeah?
Yes. According to you guessed them as studio, which they try for talk this morning, say we don't gain independence at 64 years. Yes, it's correct. But according to what they say we don't be under colonial rules under for over 153 good years. They say we not even half of them yet for make this country. So you want to tell me say because of we don't spend 153 years under colonial era under suffering, so we get for take under 153 years back for let them fix up this country. One for nobody and two. Then the transportation system not correct. I be they try for Bobo where the normal price where they now 120,000. But drivers union can say 140,000. I want to know if then they check them drivers union then and then bus stations then for let them know the price inflation how they go and then places and then because it is very wrong. When you talk the private. No, even if not private, now it's a government bus in price different, private price different. So all the sectors and they know they go down well with the people of Sierra Leone.
Thank you so much. 07999949993, 07999949993. We'll take 2 more calls and try for wrap up the program. 07999949993. Hello, go online again. Hello, good morning. Right, I'm afraid we lost that caller there, and to go online again and pick another call. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Mr. Mansari from the Piawata.
Mansari, go ahead. Stay within 1 minute, yeah?
What I want to say, the two political parties then we pray that let God make them see one side for develop this land. But we need to come for compare and I would say make comparison. I mean, we don't get anything for compare to the two parties for president. I know one day you APC somebody did a radio, he talk say when we left this farm here, so we left this farm. One day from I begin listening to them. One day I never even what it. So we left this farm. They tell you say when we build stadium, you know left nothing but the people left. They don't even fit people them. When I started now one. We don't two again. SFPP, if they don't try for say for make agriculture. We want APC themselves come on board and support them for this agriculture because now we need now a salon. Not so for can begin say we don't build this near agriculture. Now we need a salon for we take care of food safe. Look what everybody doing at Burkina Faso in 2 years. So if you want to party the country about 64 years now, we not get nothing to point out for which we take feed the country. I mean, I'm afraid. So now we can begin say I build stadium, I build this, I build this. What do you let for people to follow they eat?
Thank you, sir.
The last part, it's time for we because you left institution them for people able to take care of themselves.
Thank you so very much, yeah? Alright, thank you so very much. 07999949993. Last lucky caller. We'll take 1 more call and time for wrap up the program. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you calling from, please?
Mr. Ivan Passi. I call from Solid.
Ivan Passi, go ahead. Still within 1 minute, yeah?
Thank you very much. And honestly, all the better discussion there are. Or if we talk about development and salon, I want to let the red boys go to keep quiet. And sincerely speaking, comparing the round, we get
for clarity, say, could I refer to as a get boys, sorry?
Hello?
Could I refer to as a get boys, sorry?
Now the opposition.
Thank you, go ahead.
With the people, Mr. Ivan. Because the downfall of salon, now the cost, because they're not the highest in this country. They're not significant progress. They're not making significant progress. Okay. See the opportunity to under the top of electricity. Immediately left power, let's go. They begin like Kawusidi, which is very wrong. I think if you force yourself into power, then you talk about Bubuna, there you work out same transformers there. That's what they do. And that's sustainable development as alone. Thank you, brother.
Thank you so very much. We'll go pick no other call again. And Sidi, I think I will start with you. And according to this caller, he say the red boys not for say anything.
Well, thank you very much. And as Sierra Leonean, I get right to your opinion, but I think say a need for getting history right. You know they do history for convenience. History na a reflective point for learn from so that you develop on them and make you better. I want to say plenty thank you to all the callers them. We get a lot of questions, we get a lot of responses. People try to explain their own understanding of colonialism and democracy. But the fact of the matter is that then kind discussions they are necessary, because we there at a point, nobody not go tell me say 64 years this country not achieve nothing other than two political parties. Then it is not possible. You know, we don't do significant progress as a country, but we get major challenges. Yes, the basic things that we for the enjoy, we not they enjoy them. You know, whether now as a result of corruption, whether now as a result of we self-your mismanagement, you know, easy for blame government. But how we as citizens self they help government. If government go run pipe now community self, then you citizen go cut that pipe there. But at the end of the day, you know they blame yourself.
All right.
Now the government you they blame. Even where government go don't provide water, they don't do community pump near the for like when they get. But for you own convenience, you go cut the pipe. At the end of the day, you know they blame yourself. Now the government you they blame. So all of these things put together, we self get for help. That is why it is important. Waiting we need for do, because sometimes this not me last bite. So waiting we need for do going forward. We really need for sit as a nation, look at them major challenges we don't continuously get, develop sustainable development plan for this country where every government go fitting.
That's national agenda.
That's national agenda. Where they run for many years. Where you know say where you come, if government is stop here, you for continue. Yes. However you go about and differently fine, but no can't change. Go start from zero for you know, because it go only take way back. I think say we need for begin for seriously think about them kind of steps then they, and also let us try to have honest people in leadership at every level. It is not just at the presidential or ministerial level. It trickle down at every level, because now this will help we a lot going forward as a nation.
Now, just keep this in mind, because that will be our final question. Apart from peace, whether are the three things where you feel say before celebrating independence? Just hold them in mind. I'll come back to you, Mr. Minister. Respond to the calls then.
Well, I just want to join my brother for tell plenty thank you to the people of this country, and to tell una thank you Epic Radio for the platform una create. I always enjoy the conversation, and I always, you know, as a Minister of Civic Education, we want debate. And we want to get different points of view and let people then hold we accountable in a way that is cordial, heated, if it be hard, but respectful. And I think that me and my brother committed to, and we supposed to do for build with democracy. By the way, now that progress that we're gonna this country since 1961, the country not divided, we not break up, we not get the movements we try for say no, we come on at this part of the country for this so and all that, and we don't build a democratic culture, 5 democratic elections, multiple democratic transitions inside a period. I just want to clarify again on a few things with some people in talk. One, on this question of inflation, I don't explain say again, not to what I say, not the data. We focus on the data, we stick to that data there. And the data, the point of the data is correct. And if I were to get a public debate, they will know say, okay, data day. And yes, you know, I make somebody say, oh, even we've been saying today the economy been the going at the fastest growing, not be me natty because you know affected in the people in life. Again, there's a difference between if you look at the numbers and not we they produce the number, then they for talk, for example, about the rates of growth of an economy. So some of them things are just objective facts, and then yes, you can raise the second question of okay, how don't really affect we then call sometimes the effects not to be automatic. It takes a minute. The second point now that somebody say, oh, we don't talk about the economy, stabilizing the economy, then they pay with $5,000. I just want to tell that person, they say, we pray to God, let them pay with boku money. All man in prayer than they, but I go assure and say the government of Salona they pay no minister where no $5,000, not even close. You know, they near than they safe at all. And again, by the way, me I believe say almost at the pay for then the pay me supposed to be public information, and that's something that as a citizen you can write and ask for, and that information is supposed to be public. Now, me I actually believe in that personally, and I hope say as a whole government will be clear on almost in the pay everybody with the work as a public service servants not alone. And on the other points there about the challenges of the face, and somebody also say something about me the try for say for be political leader is not instead of nationalism. I think that the opposite of what I've been the talk. I think the person clearly misunderstand me. Me own commitment now that we work together as one country, as one people. And the final thing I would say, Ivan, is today in a hockey pitch, the government of Salone, they host the first national symposium exactly for we ask the question that we my brother CDI at Tunis been talk about just now. We saw don't come out. Waiting April 27 mean not to just from 1960s but from the 1890s. We get 3 distinguished speakers. One, now Dr. Jody Ali, Professor Jody Ali, one of the reputed historians in this country. We get Joseph Kaifala, we are the chairman of the Monuments and Relics Commission. He don't publish many books on history of our country. And then third, we decided to put somebody with a personal perspective. The daughter of PC by Farah Matas. This man has been a member of the original cabinet. Them we join, we come together for form the movement will lead to independence. But most people don't know about him. And I found out of the SL people, but I'm much more of a founder of Sierra Leone. And in daughter, we witnessed that. It can share your own personal reflection. She's a 77-year-old woman, Aisatu Tolu Bangura. We invite the public. It's open, it's free. We get plenty thing. We get a whole play where Balanta don't put up. We will bring to life some of the independence conversation. Them. Why would they do this? Because then say, if you don't know Usa, you come out.
Thank you very much, Minister. But keep that in mind. Which will they celebrate apart from peace? Yes, CD, I'll be asking initially what are we celebrating aside of peace?
Well,
3.
Democracy.
1.
Very important. Education, no matter how you see, we don't make significant progress. Infrastructure.
3. Mr. Minister?
I believe so they celebrate human dignity. The idea say we're free and we're able to move on. We celebrate the fact that we don't keep this country together despite all the challenges, and that we in a country we don't continue to be an example for tolerance and inclusion.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Minister of Information and Civic Education, and also City Tunis for time for being part of the Epic Morning Show. I want to say thanks to beautiful callers, our Facebook Live viewers. Thank you so very much. Epic Entertainment Sports lined up for you. Marion George is all set for the second segment of the Epic Morning Show. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. My name is Evangelist Lee. Bye-bye.
Tell me this and this step cause I'm not in my angel. And she used to love me and I used to love her cause she's my first love. And then she's always by my side. Has never ever made me cry. Now in the girl where they make me smile. The kind of girl of my dreams. And then we promise to be together forever and ever. But one day it come away with a funny look on her face. And when I asked me, Angel, why? She said because she came to say goodbye. Cause tomorrow she'll be traveling. He said it don't London. Then she told me to be stronger. He promised me, said he go call her. It's been 6 years and since she left, but still I haven't heard her voice. I am going out, I'm going out, I'm going out to look for me, Angel. I am going out, I'm going out, I'm going out to look for me, Angel. I am going out, I'm going out, I'm going out to look for me, Angel. I am going out, I'm going out, going out to look for me, Angel. Now I'm sitting at this place, I just think about her pretty face and all the things that we used to do, including how I used to kiss her.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to your fourth edition of Sports Update this morning with me, Mohamed Tobikagbo, and let's just bring to you all quick. So, Sierra Leone under 20 team Shooting Stars, they don't secure a point as they get a 0-0 draw against Zambia inside the opening game, now the under 20 Nations Cup. The Sierra Leone Football Association beheld the second ordinary congress will be a tough one at the Catco Hotel na Wilkinson Road. Burkina Faso don't finally go host international football matches again after almost 7 years, as the August 4 stadium will be named after Thomas Sankara in 1983 revolution. Wrexham FC don't made history following it and then 3 successive promotion from League 2, League 1 and now to the Sky Bet Championship. And finally this morning, Liverpool don't be crowned champions of the English Premier League, and of course with few games more for go. We will bring to you more on this update at 11 a.m. but for now, all this we will bring to you this morning.
Good morning and welcome to the very first edition of the Entertainment Update here on the Epic Morning Show with me, Big Daddy. Inside with news this morning from Team Journal, of course, presents Born to Be Free, a new freestyle from One King Kome, Rap Rampage Season 2, first one up. Well, a day out now on all media platform. A new school artist, Creole Messiah, don't hit the fans them say here alongside April, the Owe hitmaker. They about for drop a new song, of course, with entitled Life. That song will drop anytime soon. And Big Moose, they already don't drop the latest first single this 2025 way na Fire. Of course, the official video and audio they out now. It's official, Del Vecchio featuring King Boss Ellie, song titled Only You. Well, both video and audio will be dropping soon. And of course, the entertainment ambassador King Caldenero also don't set for drop a new freestyle Who's Better. And finally, straight out of the Clean Heart management, of course, presents new school artist K-Fly with a new song where the hit single from the Trench, Sing It, Dance in Tonable. Well, the song is out now officially on all media platforms. This now we get for you this morning here on the Epic Morning Show.
Clean Heart Entertainment, Ebonami, we don't know Senami.
Record music.
K-Fly.
Articles on the beat.
Salona we own. All the man get sing work. Say we are the doing game. Some man they talking talk. Some man they say idol. Some man they say Chris. Some man they say I know well. But I well king. I know one be sensible. Make her they do me own game. I don't they me no want. I don't they me no want. Make her sing and dance and turn over. Sing and dance. They give me na sing and dance. Turn over. Sing and dance. They give me na sing and dance. Turn over. Say before I teeth. Make her sing and dance and turn over. Before I teeth. Make her sing and dance and turn over. Sing and dance. They give me na sing and dance. Turn over. Some man no one suffer. But see one for it. When in company go work. In go end by company own. Where them all you fancy. Them go police system, and then they mean no once. And then they mean no once. They can sing and dance and turn over. Sing and dance, they give me na sing and dance, turn over. Sing and dance, they give me na sing and dance, turn over. Say, before I teeth, make her sing and dance and turn over. Before I teeth, make her sing and dance and turn over. Sing and dance, they give me na sing and dance, turn over. We are talk and talk bona beats. Before I lost it, I dey pull me profits. Say take and talk, you don't boku. Today you go know who than me, I go know it see me. All the bad beats. Today.
I hope that our visitors would listen to this song carefully, because it's true. They're trying their best to stop our progress with bad propaganda. I mean the foreign press. Bad things are blown.
Mark Twain once said the secret of getting ahead is getting started.
Hello and welcome to the second segment of the Epic Morning Show, where they come to you on 99.3 FM, Slick TV, Channel 37, Choice FM, Radio Garden, and Surf on Facebook. Me na your host, Marion Precious George. And inside the show this morning, 3 November 26 failed attempted coup fugitives arrested. And also Coalition of Principals Solidarity don't withdraw from the 2025 WASC exam and issues 72 hours ultimatum. And as well, President Bio independent speech, what's new? All of the stories we'll discuss inside the second segment of the Epic Morning Show this morning. And for join the discussion, I get inside the studio a very popular voice, Sheku Putka Kamara, and the managing editor and partner, Expo Times newspaper and Expo magazine. Of course, today in our holiday, we know they review the front pages of the various newspapers because newspapers know they come out on holiday. As a way of starting the conversation going, we go look at the President's view in speech as I make mention of, but make a welcome my guest inside the program, Sheku Putka Kamara. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Thank you, Marion. Always a pleasure being here. Morning.
Okay, good morning. And Regina, good morning.
Good morning, Marion. Good morning to listeners and viewers as well.
So without wasting any more time, we'll look at our first story we get to do with the President in Independence Anniversary speech. As we all know, every year President Bioki make a speech where it comes to the Independence Anniversary and it can highlight a lot of things the progress where the country don't make, the strides them where the governments don't make, and the issues where don't they affect governance where can be either national issue or worldwide issue, like we can get outbreaks and the government can try for fight the outbreaks and or personal issues them where the governments don't face over the years as a way for able push through. All of them things in the President's Bureau speech, but this speech this year it was very, very lengthy. Beside the President make mention of several things them. But before we discuss the issues, make you just listen to a snippet of waiting President Bio say regarding the country independence anniversary.
My fellow Sierra Leoneans, it has been 64 years since our forebearers courageously led our beloved country to the shores of freedom and self-determination. They envisioned a Sierra Leone where every citizen could thrive in unity, freedom, and justice. Today, as we commemorate the 64th anniversary of our country's independence, it is remarkable how, as a people, we have continuously demonstrated this legacy of resilience and self-determination in addressing national issues. The spirit of independence is not just about our freedom. It is about taking responsibility in lifting our country and ensuring that no one is left behind in the nation's development. Fellow citizens, in my address to the nation in 2022, I revealed the tremendous achievements that my government recorded in the education, health, and infrastructure sectors, despite the stifling effects of COVID-19 pandemic and the global economic meltdown. Again in 2023, despite the disruption of governance by some of our compatriots, we remained committed and resolute in implementing the ambitious Feed Salon project aimed at food self-sufficiency and economic growth. This culminated into increased budgetary support to agriculture and mobilized donor funding worth over $136 million United States dollars. Similarly, in 2024, in the aftermath of a global economic meltdown, our country was hard hit by high inflation rate, food prices, and persistent energy shortages. Yet again, my government swiftly geared up to these challenges and embarked on short-term programs to cushion the prevailing effects on citizens, while still pursuing the Feed Salon initiative. I'm recalling these challenges of our recent past not to dampen our spirit. I do so to bring to mind that through our shared commitment and in pursuit of our country's development agenda, we have over and again displayed the legacy of resilience and self-determination.
Well, that's not just a snippet of the president in speech, an independent speech, pointing out some of the strides where the government don't make, even though there are challenges, and there are still challenges in various sectors, but make mention of the investment now the agricultural sector, we as a way for boost feed salon initiative, we now the president and flagship initiative. I'll start with Sheikh Putka Kamara on this president in speech, especially the key things that we make mention of. Say the governments don't make strides in addressing such issues, more especially the flagship program we the feed salon initiative.
So it's always the Independence Day celebration. Now a day week you always mark statements from the sitting president of every republic, and so year in year out, it is not news that we expect the statement from the first gentleman of the republic. But as always, if you've been following Sierra Leonean news and content, you will realize almost every year, most of the Independence Day speeches are almost the same, especially looking back at how the country don't be governed over the last years. Now, speaking from a humanistic standpoint, perhaps we can argue, say, somebody when a 64 year and a very big person now gets to the elderly age. Salon not in that situation also go on for saying that just one political class don't govern for the last 64 years. So the blame game continues between the APC and the SLPP. We don't they in pass, until God knows when. Now, when you look at the speech of the president, I think it is always necessary to point out that we get areas of improvement in this country, as always, and we get areas the way we really don't make some efforts. But let us speak about the strategy or perhaps the content of the message. I feel there is some realistic approach insofar as the speech is concerned, but I also think something and it's very necessary for all the cuts down on the diplomatic language when it comes to setting an agenda for the entire citizenry.
Okay.
By the diplomatic language, you don't always want to come out to take full responsibility of actions, but something and I am on the record to have always been saying it is necessary to admit and defend where necessary. You know, when you're the number one gentleman, you get a lot of people, where they work with you, of course, all the ministers, various department and agency heads, where they actually support and complement efforts of government. Sometimes, go be, ideally for come out and say this sector not to do much, but there has to be a way the citizen is able to experience that Yahweh will not see improvements. Let us make frantic efforts for see we get the developments there. Okay. This is 64 years of independence. It's a bit not too cool, but we're still talking about it. We get places then inside it or we not be get light yesterday.
Absolutely.
So when that happens, it begins to suggest to you that we still get a long way for go. Now, this is not a concept of trying to generalize. Whilst we get areas then we get light, the bottom line is not to all sides we get light. Yeah. And even as we speak this morning, the same thing. And sometimes it's almost always the same thing. You get areas where they get, you get areas where not they get. A rationing. So it begins to ask or suggest, where are we really headed? In the next 4 years, Salon Day 68. Yeah. And before you say 6 years, we're 70. 70, if na mortal man, are old person now. So you want to find yourself in a situation where even if 100% no day now your life, but you go don't cross that 70%. We go take you to an A.
Yeah,
speaking from the university grading system. So my point is, we get a conversation around some of these topics, because when you look at the narrativeness alone, you have those oppositional standpoints and views where you always take that attack dog philosophy for say, because not to read in governance, this is what is happening, it not they happen, right? And when we kind of power, they change up. When those guys come to power, the same thing happens. So if you could recall when Madabio was opposition leader, there were a lot of statements. Each year way and a school man make statement, for example, you go here, you wait till SLPP go tell you say ABCD not right. Now SLPP is in governance, just after the statement you go here, APC they tell you say 1, 2, 3 not right. So the vicious circle is something we really have to address in this country. Because sometimes I'm on record to say, when it comes to governance and leadership, there has to be a way we forget political ideologies and perhaps concentrate on the nationalistic standpoint. Because, I mean, from where we small at this country, you go always the APC, SLPP. Yeah. But then, most of the challenges where we be the rebels when we were just kids, we still they see some of them challenges there. So, what does that tell us? Perhaps it's a concept or construct of not being able to deliver, because on 10 and day it is not all about the willingness or the readiness. Yes, I will tell you, we don't have all the resources to address all the problems, but when we get to certain levels of making sure that we want to address some of these concerns, it is necessary. And when some of us speak about these things, it's not about who is in governance. Okay. It's not about which political party you belong to. It's about the reality on the ground and what we could actually do. Because I will tell you, there are certain things we can actually solve as a nation without external influence. But then, when you get a concept USAI, people think that there is little or no transparency and accountability, it becomes a problem. And so if we're able to hold some of these people to account, it speaks a whole lot. So, like always, and like they say, independent day are a day where we all want to sit back and reflect, talk about the goodies, talk about the challenges and areas of improvement. So I think say it is nothing new. So perhaps we all owe it to ourselves now to begin to assess the statement and perhaps improve on conditions as we get along.
As you make mention of so many things, where government in government out don't they get wrong one way or the other, and 64 years we're not able to amend such issues or find the way forward. Is it that the government where they come in and out not able to dictate what are the issues and how for address and don't know where how for go about addressing those issues for a better Sierra Leone?
I feel like the interpretative perception where we all don't get in a salon. Salon are the country where I don't know if we really they hold ourselves to task. Let us start with journalism, where perhaps we have a responsibility of upholding the fourth estate model, promoting accountability and transparency. Where election they come, all political parties they pull manifesto, including the leaders. How much have we really digested these manifestos? When the person will get a manifesto, forget about a manifesto. It basically they tell you say perhaps we all know they do a job really good enough for bring to light some of these issues. Because if we are doing those things, I tell you anybody will win election as Salon. If we go by a manifesto, Salon for don't make some great progress, and I will tell you why.
So what more can we do? Stating the issues and say this government supposed for don't do this, but they're not doing it. What if you state the issues, but yet still things not go the way I supposed to go?
The political dynamic in Salona something where you have to understand. You have to understand in the sense we get people in this country, anyhow you do na SLPP they vote for.
Yeah.
You get some the anyhow you do na APC they vote for. So you see when we have those stagnated mentalities, it begins to suggest to you what we really they do, because let us agree that you get 500 people with the anyhow you do then APC they vote for. They no one
get fixed mindset,
yeah. You get 500 more when SLPP they vote for. So now more of a stagnated reality. And the point is political party leaders and the parties they know say then gets them people there.
Okay.
So their responsibility is to perhaps go in for a few independent minds or a few other sects in society where we will class them as swing voters. Now, I look forward to a time when we would begin to vote in this country based on policies and ideas, based on competence, because we all not gonna be the same here, but there are levels some of us have been to in life. You don't want to do anything with the question your integrity. Yeah. You don't want to do anything where then they ask you question where you're not able to defend. It will be worrisome if I take any action where me not able to defend. It becomes a problem. So if I am entrusting my vote into anybody, there has to be a way I am able to make the reasonable decision to suggest that this is the fittest candidate and that it go able to get some of them concerns there.
Okay.
And perhaps during the manifestos, we get for the day in a position also we make known that most of the NCR owner, they say we want to see them una do them before the end of office. But then you get people that way, if you look at all the manifesto promises of Julius Maada Bio now, you get people that own SLPP, we don't even care about some of the promises there. All they care about now is how they can continue to benefit in this same government.
So is it that we quick for forget as a nation?
I mean, that's the reality. In an essence, in term, you get a lot of promises where you're not able to fulfill. If you ask a lot of APC people, they are more concerned about that instantaneous gratification, that satisfaction where then they get. So I think that is where we're getting it wrong. And normally we can say Saluna, we all you.
Yeah.
I mean, when you go to Facebook now, everybody happy, independent. I mean, it's not just about saying these things. Sometimes it's about coming back and have a rethink, get to understand waiting at the real meaning of independence.
Okay.
Right? Because in the end, if we're still dependent on XYZ for ABC, we may not have actually gotten to the level of attaining the independence. I mean, I get a senior colleague where they send a message to me, say happy political independence. But then you begin to ask yourself, where we really headed, or perhaps what is really happening? Because these are things we've been saying over the years, and we keep saying them. So perhaps we leaders then get to a position, OSI, then they see a more nationalistic approach in how they are held accountable, seeing a more realistic approach in how we get these national conversations. So they begin to realize, say, if I not do ABC, there would be some consequences.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I would
say. Yeah, Regina, quick one. This morning, listening to Sidi Yaya Tunis on the radio, he was very calm. I don't know if because the topic we discussed this morning gets to do with the independence holistically, and they get to look at the two main political parties that would rule the country, looking back at waiting they don't happen now, the changes would occur now. I don't know if Nadande be make a look calm in stating the issues, but when you look at issues where don't happen, where it comes to reviewing how Salon don't grow in terms of since it's we get independence to now, it seems as if we still get old age problems, and the new government we don't come, other issues where they don't face also don't add to the issues where Sierra Leone and them don't face. And this don't become worrisome for a lot of Sierra Leone, especially for the fact that even yesterday, as Putka make mention, we celebrate independence, but a lot of people them within a dark. They don't make electricity in their host there.
Thank you very much, Marion, and good morning again to listeners and viewers. I listened to the president in speech, and from the president, he say we they commemorate and not. Well, I didn't try for construct my English language back and see whether there is a difference between commemorating and celebrating and all. And then, yes, you asked a question on the topic of look today, Salon at 64. Wait till they celebrate. I mean, so a lot there. I mean, one of the things that the president put in independent speech, and already the speech, it's maybe they already predict, say, there is one word we always can use in the speech from President Kuma to now President Bio, resilient. Yes, I know say that word they get for come more than 5 times in the speech. And yes, you will notice they did it. And few pointers in the way personally me take into consideration. I'll just look at one because of time, where it talk about the Fit Salon. I mean, say that one of in flagship agenda, and particularly in second term in office. And then one of the things that we state now, so Mario, now that he say it now we count on the past, and he delighted that the resilient is gradually paying off according to him. And he also say the Fit Salon, the Fit Salon initiative don't begin for get a momentum, and it don't begin move from vision now, it don't begin for create impact. So you ask yourself a question: what are some of the impact where the Fit Salon don't create? Similarly, every year you find out the independence message and came almost be the same. It is just few changes that you go pin. I mean, we all know the year in year out. It's not even up from this government. Other president we don't come go tell you about the economic challenges where the world they go through, and all these are some of the things them way. But what are some of the tangibles that we will go point out to? Okay, this now one of the things that we will look at. This is one of the things that we will look at. This now, yeah, the president talk about inflation. Even though people and they argue, and all we several answer the question as to what is on, whether what is on paper is the as to it's in the reality. Yes, and all. Talk about inflation on go down. Talk about the stability in the I mean exchange rates and all other things that I mean he mentioned. But one thing where the president also states from that speech, now that we are about the economic hardship where the country they go through. We are about the inconsistency in the country as at this moment where they celebrate independence. For example, Epic Radio currently on generator with the one, and we are also observing the independence way. Naturally, I think we are imagine yesterday as well. From morning all throughout the night, there was no electricity for a day where the country they celebrate in birthday, and also I think a lot of things.
Is it that as a nation, quick one on this, will the progress or retrogress?
I think for me, we are taking like 5 steps forward and more than 15 steps backward, and I don't think we are making progress going forward. I'm not blaming now. Like I say, it's a systemic problem we don't get. From 1961, we get 2 major political parties that we all before the MPRC and other stuff, them they overthrown and all. But these 2 political parties, they don't rule for the highest. And you look at what are some of their achievements, where they don't make. We will continue for it. It has just been blame game. We now this we do and all cosmetic projects and all. Now you go continue for the sea. So I think we need to move from that point of just blaming the past government or blaming in economic hardship where the other countries then they go through, and begin for work on the limited resources. Like we say, Marion, I normally can say this, if we cannot get 24 hours electricity, then if it's 7 to 7 every day, they give it, let them give it, and that way we are not asking for too much. If we never forget pipe borne water every day, but if not 14 for a week we forget them, let we get them. So a lot of people we can able for adapt, we can able for manage, like how the president say we resilient. So I think we really need to move from this step nowadays and begin to think about next year is going to be a landmark, 65 years. Are we still going to continue in this kind of line? That's a question we will find the answer.
Away from that topic there, make we look at another issue. We get to do the coalition of principals, solidarity, we don't withdraw from the 2025 WASC exam. And also issue 72-hour ultimatum, and this then communicated through a letter we then direct to the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education dated 25th April 2025, and wherein then tag various people, including the West Africa Examination Council, CSOs, and the media, international development partners, and so on and so forth. And the subject of the letter now grievance against WAEC operations and call for immediate reforms. I'll go through a bit of the letter. It says the coalition of principals, solidarity, representing a united front of school heads and educators across Sierra Leone, wishes to officially lodge this letter of grievance against the operations and conduct of the West Africa Examinations Council WAEC in Sierra Leone. It said this decision comes as a result of long-standing concerns over systemic failures, lack of transparency, disregard for educational stakeholders, and the deterioration of examination integrity. It's a lengthy letter, but I'll stop there for now, and then they may even mention some other things with pointers. Then say, as an organized body advocating for quality education and respect for all educational actors, we are compelled to act and communicate the following resolution. Principals nationwide will not participate in the 2025 WAS. And also said teachers will not refrain from all WAEC related and invigilation and duties, and so many other things that they make mention of. And this is not the letter they pull. And another issue or another point where they make now that the state nationwide protest now, every district teaches them with a part of the coalition, the state nationwide. For states for bring out the grievance and call the attention of government institutions regarding this particular issue about WAEC, where they make mention of inside this letter. I'll start with Putka on this.
Okay, this is something we need urgent attention and address, but I'm particularly concerned that the whole WIEC system needs absolute fixing. I speak like somebody we don't go through the system and perhaps then a capacity now for make a fair assessment of what is really happening. Perhaps the major thing we need for address na salon now in terms of education na examination malpractice. The integrity of the current WASC and perhaps the last 5 years now something where I'm not too sure it's anything good to write home about. The time way we see to WASC na salon, I mean I'm speaking as somebody we write to WASC. Now what you study, what you sabi, and what you sabi write inside the exam, now you dey write.
Yeah.
When you know it, you know it. When you don't know it, you don't know it. Through that way, God help some of we pass WASC, go to college. Yeah. If you ask me about the current WASC system, whilst I can tell you that we get a few school picking that will able to defend their position in the university, I know of over 20 to 30%. I'm not good with mathematics, but my students they were at a lecture at college. I know say some Monday they way. If you ask me, I'm not sure say pass WASC. I mean correctly. Okay. I mean one easy way I'll tell you is this: if you're a university student and you're not able to construct basic English, when you come to my BA1 diploma 1 certificate 1 class, not today they can teach you basic English. Yeah. We, the 10 who sits back in at this country, you for sabi now basic English because they say basic education. Yeah. I know they even talk about WASC. If you don't sit to ask, you get 5 university credits. You should be okay with basic English. Salon, we then are a situation where somebody go don't get in 5-10 credits, he come to university, ask him for write a sentence in Osabi. So you begin to ask yourself, what he really write doing the WASC exam? I am a bit passionate about this topic because when the school begin they had a left WASC, then they come between at the university. And when they begin they get a bulk of the problem. If I teach you journalism or communication, not of all I can teach you basic English. Absolutely. The point is, we forget to a level, USAI, perhaps we go back to USA Obinde in terms of maintaining the integrity of the WASC exam. There are a lot of allegations now of rampant examination malpractice, how candidates are asked to pay or give money or what have you, how they use mobile phones, and perhaps this social media, whilst they get all of positives, they get a lot of negatives, especially as exam concerned. This is not the time way you they see examination questions online on the day of exam, sometimes even before the exam. So it begins to tell you, if these kids are not able to defend themselves, defend the certificates and papers they get for WASC, how can they possibly defend themselves in the university? So it begins to tell you that we get a lot of things for do, because in line with a bit of the section of the letter, they talk about examination integrity. Yeah. And if you're talking about integrity, I think the whole system needs fixing. If the candidates them not get the required knowledge for pass or sit the exam, you don't expect them to pass. Yeah. Even when you look at the school systems, you have school teachers where perhaps they teach now 4-5 schools. You begin to ask yourself, how much dedication that teacher they get for even impact knowledge in them picking them. I am a teacher myself. I don't do into this for the last 5-10 years. If you ask me, you don't have all the energy in the world to teach every sector. Yeah. Me the lecture at various universities them. I know they teach the whole day. I go to class, I teach 1-2 hours, I'm done. I go somewhere else. So there has to be a way you plan your life. But imagine the school system, you expect a teacher for in a class from 8 to 1 to 2, and then he's still in a class 2 to 4, 4 to 6. You're not a machine. Yeah. Even we where they work, almost 24 hours around the clock, we take breaks. I can sit in my house and do my job. I don't need to go to the office or what have you. Because of waiting technology don't help with it now. But I'm saying all of these because we get to understand, say, we all have a responsibility to ourselves and to the state. If you're a teacher, there has to be a way you're readily qualified, able, and willing to do the job, just so that when you get to class, the students or pupils will be in a position to get the best of you.
It seems like according to the letter, the principal and the blame WIEC for most of the issues where don't they happen over the years. And as you make mention, the teachers themselves get the responsibility. I get an information from somebody where they tell me, say, in small brother, call and they tell them, say, they need a cell phone, a smartphone for the WASC exam. And they get for ask and say for waiting. He said the teacher then say, and now the phone there for help them inside the WASC exam. So imagine some of them things and they happen at the schools.
This is the problem.
And the teachers they're involved.
When you get a system outside there's a crack, it starts from the leadership. Yeah. school systems.
Yeah.
I don't want to generalize, but you get a lot of school systems where they help them pick their now for let them not do well in exams. Because if you write all things for the pick, you say you can't copy, you are not helping the kid. At the end of the day, we always talk about being able to defend your position. We get a lot of people that we get first degree in this country, with every respect to them. They're not able to defend even the worst way they get, not to talk about the first degree. But then in this same system, you get a lot of people that wouldn't go through this same WASC.
Yeah.
They don't come to university and still they do very well. So the point is, if other person don't do the right thing, why do you want to beat about the bush or take a cut short to get to that level? That's my biggest problem. Because in the end, if you get a lot of people where they listen to Winner Salon Tea, they say perhaps they admire what they do. You think we just woke up one morning and became like this? No. It's years of hard work and dedication. So if you go get your picking away, they don't write for our old in, then you go to the university. And when you go to the university, you see a lot of them struggling to even fit into the system, not to talk about progressing. So I think we get for the get them conversation there. School systems, it's not just about blaming the WAEC system. Already we know WAEC is allegedly corrupt already, because a lot of things the way they happen, not for they happen if there are no leaks in the systems.
Yeah.
But then if schools can able come together, actually do waiting there for do for CC the pikin and do well, it go help. But when you have school systems where they also push and urge them picking them for going to malpractice, it tells you that this is something that is now national and that the discussion does not have to be individualistic. And that's why we're generalizing, just so that we speak about these issues and see that we're able to address them.
Okay, a quick one, Reginald, on this particular issue regarding the stance where them principally I don't take against WAEC. As I make mention, this not gets for do it WAEC only. Schools and they where the encourage them picking them for go into examination malpractice, then it's not a secret anymore. And also we see quite recently the ACC don't they investigate some cases of examination malpractice, and they don't find one or two people them guilty, including students them as well. So this don't show say why not a WAEC no more get the issue or get a problem, but the education sector as a whole.
Yes, thank you very much. The last time we've been getting a conversation, I think it was around the NPSC. I mean, tell you say, when it comes to particularly public exams, it is everybody getting your own responsibility one way or the other. And like you say, I think for me, the public exams, you look at NPSC, the Beke and WAS, there is a lot of things in the way they go on, where I feel like it's not a quick fix something, and I don't feel like the ministry where they supervise some of their institutions here, so don't they play their role for actually monitor and bring some of them things here to light. The principal now, saying that one, and you look at the exams, even this coming Friday or so, students can get health science practical or so. The exams are going, and now some of these principals already say they are not going to be part of it. And you ask yourself a question, also how this go lead we, because the education calendar not the wait for nobody and all. But for me personally, I don't the question are the credibility of WAEC and also the schools. I know once was single outly pinpoint WAEC, even though our WAEC they conduct election. And we all know, yes, they get for take like lion share, but again, they also get for deal with the schools.
Examinations.
Yes, the schools because the schools then are then teachers them, and the teachers then they can send for go serve as invigilators or supervisors in their elections there so and all, and we don't see they don't involve in massive corruption. The other time ACC get a team, then Cobra unit team we go now. Scorpion, sorry. Go to various venues them, and we all know some of the findings them and some of the things that we end up for do how many thousands of picking away then cuts in the act. So it's a lot of it's very much big. I just look at the timeliness of them. If you ask me now if it's timely, considering the fact that the exam is just around the corner and all, MPSC, I'm sorry, the WAS go there on Friday. The exam is ongoing now. And major papers them they begin for take them now from this coming Friday till the month of May, and then spill over to June. So I think WAEC really need for look at themselves, they need for look at themselves in the mirror, make honest assessment and put credibility. There is no credibility again. First thing, somebody they tell you say you get 3 for even boast of 3 A1 in WAS exam, you admire the person. But now it is
So now
just too common. Yes, it's just too common. Somebody go to art to him, he get B2 in mathematics.
Yeah.
The person says if we then get that grade day, he asks himself a question that I get B2 super math. Sometimes the person don't even know basic equations and all. So these are some of the things.
And rumors don't go around say WAEC, it's deliberate on them path as well for fail some people them na various subject them. If you did in the art stream,
and you maths and then
you left English.
Yeah.
Just because they want to make you continuously take exam and then they get money.
Now that make
Allegedly.
say yes. Now that make and the ministries are aware about heavy about then things that's what they happen. So I think they really need for broadening and scope of examine the conduct of the examination also and bring whatever thing where they're not satisfied to the public. I think we need for really bring integrity back to with various exams and see how we can for move things go forward.
Okay, we'll open the phone line now and take calls inside the show. 079-994-993. Now the number for call and make your contribution inside the show. 079-994-993. Now the number for call inside the show. It is the second segment of the Epic Morning Show, and we will discuss a range of issues this morning inside the show. We will take some calls, as I make mention, as we not get time enough time for take other topic them where we make mention. Say we go talk. We go take inside the show this morning. 079-994-993. Now the number for call. Whilst we wait for the call, same quick one. The November 26 failed attempted coup, as they get information from the ONS and the Sierra Leone police, say then still they in the search of other fugitive them will be they part of the attempted coup. The Salone police I press release don't inform the general public say they don't arrest 3 of them fugitive, Alpha Touré, Joseph Dumbuya and Aliu Jallo, where they arrest quite recently. And according to the Sierra Leone police, then few of the fugitive them will be take part inside the attempted coup. We got our first caller on the phone. Good morning.
Good morning, Epic.
Yeah, your name outside the call form.
Lamin Samuel Koyato.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, and this thing with WAEC. I'm still say WAEC not the only people and blame for this. This gets to do with WAEC, the Ministry of Education, plus even the principal then where they try for protest. So it's this school and where the entire school now reach 100. But we can in terms of what you see that particular school they get 900 candidates them. Who side them go pull them candidates and they wake come in terms of what? So then the principal and that this utility business and they create this whole problem. And it's go mad in a vet go stick at they pass the end of forget problem panel. Now the same thing don't can happen with this regime back. This WAEC business, this WAS business, then we let the vet panel this one stay back, it will end up a problem. They're just not honest. You see nose picking. The question for go answer, say to class 3. Now question and so from that let's forth and don't begin spoil the education system at this country.
Thank you. 079-994-993. Now the number for call inside the show and make a contribution. We get another caller. Hello. Hello? Yes, your name outside the call form.
Go
ahead.
Yeah, just few things I want to contribute to our program. In the first place, I want to all thank you for your job well done. Firstly, for the independence celebration, for far too long, the political class, they don't feel the country was real. So that they not put zero to them. But the area of emphasis now the civil service. The civil service and the CSOs then really get for look at Mama Sanu say now all get them. Let them be honest in their dedication or their work towards Mama Sanu. Because now they the problem. The government in, government out, civil service they CSO they do. We get for look at them critically. Maybe we now organize the program and they for look at it.
Okay.
Now last time to this area of
you not get much time again. We don't spend 1 minute.
Okay.
079-994-993. Just 60 seconds call time because we want to take much call as possible. Hello.
Yeah. Good morning.
Yes, your name outside the call form.
I'm from the
Yes, go ahead.
Actually, the jam is
police wouldn't have been building the talk about the pitching the way they then get 3 or 4 or 5 credits and they will defend them. Indeed, that we don't prove them. Even Usaru can get those people when they come up from college in the camp can do some job. They then go spell simple thing and everything in a college answer. So this is a big problem for society. Now the principal and the credit for go on strike. They are the one to be blamed at the time of this study. It's like game the play. The principal they get game the way they play for fitting and pocket them. But God will surely cripple them. Okay. You can really strike at the middle of the field, or when it became the start exams now. Why don't we don't go all along for the solve the problem? But the problem for society.
Okay, 0799949993 na the number for calling inside the show and make a contribution. You listen and view the second segment of the Epic Morning Show. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, Bakar from Fomex.
Yes, go ahead.
I really feel I want to go through with the conversation this morning. It make even CDI at Tunis, we are from the APC, make everybody know say the APC the first themselves to doom. Because the SLPP, like I tell you, this is not the worst independent, and we get the worst president ever.
Why you say so?
Okay, the reason why I say so is Excellency the President. We independent yesterday, not even the turn. They don't travel to even we independent, all they forget.
You sure say the president forgets independence, he make an independent speech.
But in a sense, if we're not the country,
he make a speech means say no forget. So please speak constructively.
No, we're not fragile. Yeah. Not fragile. Come to the education sector. The free quality education, where they come and set them, they meet, they don't put a principle way for able to help the university where we get SS4. Where the wire come, they count free quality education with no check. Then can they just bring the again back the SS3. Then they bring we to all this, the able for structure, nothing.
Okay.
Well, at the end of the day, lecturers, then people they grumble over the students where they go to university to able to perform. This is a problem. Now they blame the principal. And then, for even send some subvention at school and they send a late. Some of the principal get for this stipend, so some teachers, they will not even get PIN code. This is all the problem they need.
Thank you. Bakar 0799949993. Now the number for call and make a contribution inside the show. They take a few more calls and wrap up the show this morning. Hello.
Yeah, manager, good morning.
You know what side they call from?
In a vampire, I come from Seoul.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you very much for it for classic fans. When you say president forget forgive.
Please just make a contribution, please. Not attack anybody, please. Hello. 0799949993. Now the number for call. Will they take a few more calls and wrap up the show this morning? Hello.
Hello.
You name outside they call from?
Bob of Cameroon.
Go ahead.
Most of the things that we go make government they can fail. Now, 3 things that they can call. Because they not want to face in them. Because now they money to go. Number 1, electricity. Money to go is serious. They not want to face in them. Number 2, now water supply. Money to go is serious one. They not want to face in them. Number 3, road network for them village all. They not want to face in them. Money to go there. That means they can balance all that things. The end when they will come. Failure.
Okay, 0799949993. We take 3 more calls and wrap up the, Hello, good morning.
Preciously precious.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Tell God thank you for independence, 64th independence. Be not happy or happy for the fact that we able for the independence to come under colonial rule. It speaks volumes. Whatever now will happen within the independence process, say the world done, I still say depends on successive leaders them for able to calibrate their policies. And then we'll get national policy, not party policy. Because there's national policy, any other government coming in, if their policies are there, then lucrative, then make sense, then productive enough, then the incoming government can just pursue them and continue with them. The policy system will not really make any sense or not just the kind of white elephants we end up with, we're not significant enough, then they can marginalize them. Policies established so that they work on where at least now fund left in the road, when they come in and support them. Because I'm not going to say it is all failure. Sometimes some policies then the way you need funding, some policies then the way you need for it gets the flip side of it. Maybe they not get the right initiative or the impetus for making push them forward, for making it succeed. But when you get it continuing without marginalizing it by your own party policy, I think it can make it sense.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. 2 more calls, 079994993. Now the number for call inside the show. Maybe just take 2 more and wrap up with studio guest, and right after that we'll get MP Sierra Leone inside the studio. Hello.
Hello.
Your name outside the call from?
Concerned citizen.
Yes, go ahead. Hello.
Out of the exams. This just shows the teaching class for far too long, they don't fail this country. This year began far back 1986, so began cardinal and circular rule. Now then exam malpractice is start. Now it don't reach a point where principal then they blow candidates the names they list them for 10 hours while not real. This not a crazy problem. Because if the principal is genuine enough, there is no need for let them withdraw. You see, so now that's not my concern. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll take one more call and wrap up the call segment inside the show. 079994993. Hello. Hello. Yes. Go ahead.
On the country, I'll be the commenting for you for whether political mediocre.
I don't tell you to make your contribution, make your submission without attacking anybody, please.
Okay, sorry. Well, honestly, as John is independent, we just go for service one, we get at the country. You understand?
Yeah.
Any other challenges now, I'm not sure the government understand.
You line bad. We're not going to be able to take any more calls inside the show. We will not get any more time again. Shortly after now, we go speak to some people from NPC alone. But as a way of wrapping up with Putka, you don't listen to the various scholars regarding the issues we make mention. Would that be your final submission as to the wrap up?
In some of my statements, I talk about how some people, no matter what, they have a fixed mentality. And I think there was a justification in some of the calls. But like Auke always say, we not get 100% progress in our salon yet. We get a lot of things that we need for ideas. We would continue to speak to these issues and ensure accountability and transparency, and see that in a not too distant future we get to some appreciable level where we all go appreciate as a nation.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us inside the show. Sheku Putka Kamara, Managing Editor and Partner, Expo Times newspaper and Expo magazine. And we get another discussion with people from NP Sierra Leone, as I make mention of. Not go anywhere, stay with us. We'll go for a very short break. When we come back, we'll get that discussion there.
Unite, let's unite, Africa. Unite, hey, let's unite, my Africa. Unite, my Africa. Let's unite, let's unite, unite. Oh, I wanna know what's going on in Africa. Can somebody please tell me waiting that happen in Africa? Yes, everywhere you go, we don't even show love no more. A nation against nation, a brother against his own brother. Yeah. And just as we keep on fighting, and women and children starving, and then the youths them crying, and innocent people them dying. Let's forget about our differences and come together, live in peace, hold hands in unity, because we all one family. It doesn't matter where you come from, it doesn't really matter what your color. Yeah. From the north, south, east and west, Africans we all one people. So please let's stop the fight. Africa is all we got. I beg me people, let's unite. Oh yeah, Africa unite. Unite. Let's unite. Everywhere we go unite. Unite. Let's unite. Africa unite. Unite. Let's unite. Mama Africa unite. Unite. self. Now Africa, and tell me why we dey kill we self. It pain me as an African to see me people them suffer. Hey, it pains me as an African to see and children dying from hunger. And tell me why we kill each other when we supposed to live together. Oh, and love one another. Oh yes, cause we are all brothers. Oh Lord, please save Mama Africa from the hands of the wicked ones. Oh Lord, please save our continent from the hands of the wicked ones. See, we walking every day without no pay, living in poverty day to day. Oh Lord, I beg you, please show us the way. Cause here we are, we just did die from AIDS. See us, we dey live in frustration. Now so them they buy weapons of mass destruction. Tell me, what's the future like for African children? Hey, hey, because more than 70% lacks good education. Oh Lord, me say, tell me, what's the future like for we the African youths them? Hey, hey, because more than 70% in a rough situation. So please let's unite. Let's unite. I said Africa unite. Unite. Let's unite. And children starving. And then the youths them crying. And innocent people them dying. Let's forget about our differences and come together, live in peace, hold hands in unity. Because we all one family. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't really matter what your color. Yeah. From the north, south, east and west, Africans we all one people. So please let's stop the fight. Africa is all we got. I beg me people ever let's unite. Oh yeah, Africa unite. Unite. Let's unite. Tell me where we gonna unite. Unite. Let's unite. Africa unite. Unite. Let's unite. Mama Africa unite. Unite right now. Why we dey kill we self? Now Africa, and tell me why we dey kill we self. It pain me as an African to see me people them suffer.
Welcome back. You still listen to Epic Radio in the second segment of the Epic Morning Show. As I make mention of NP Sierra Leone, of course, we get inside the studio now. You know, two people from NP Sierra Leone, where they inside the program for Can Tell You about World Day for Safety and Health at Work, where Salon can join the rest of the world for commemorate every April 28th. And this year's celebration, of course, NP Sierra Leone decide for, educates the public about safety in the workplace and also the activities of NP Sierra Leone over the years. And for that, we get inside the studio. We'll get Safi T. Bamaja and also Stephen Kuroma. They're also health, safety and security environment officers. It's a pleasure for getting inside the show.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll start first for look at the commemoration of World Safety Day at the workplace, World Health Safety Day at the workplace, and why NP Sierra Leone decide for be part of the discussion.
Okay. Good morning, Fambuden. As we know, Sabi MPSL Limited, na a petroleum marketing company. Basically, what we can do with the import petroleum product. Store and we terminal na Kisi. Then from there we put them inside the BRV or they call tanker then, bulk road vehicle. Then we distribute them to the customer then at the station. So at the station then we can go now to buy the fuel. So but all that process it get risk, it get hazard them along the line. And because MP na a company where they operate at a very high risk level, we also decide to join the rest of the world to commemorate this particular day when a World Day for Safety and Health at Work. Simply because now ILO, International Labour Organization, when the governing body na the whole world where they talk about workman them and then their workplace, how to make sure say the workman then they work safe, the employer then they make sure say they work safe, and the employer themselves they are there to waiting government tell them to make sure say the workplace is safe. And then of course the government self get your role and responsibility to play. So now make we decide to talk to the public today. Let we all know waiting as some of the danger then in our workplace and how which measures will they put in place to make sure say then danger them we will able to control them or manage them to a rest level, so that at the end of the day the workman the way he can now working place now so he could go back home safely without he go with your hand don't bend or your eye don't blind or you know able to talk or you know able to work out by himself.
So those measures una don't put in place as an institution for say una workman and safe, in as much as you don't make mention say the work them with them to do, you know, it gets a lot of risk.
Okay, basically when I know say petrol is highly flammable, what that mean it can easily catch fire. So it is at a high risk level. So MP as a company, we don't put a lot of measures in place to ensure that the key thing that the workman there are the most priority. So we always train all man na MP. We train them tanker driver them how to drive safely. If I know quite long ago, we been get a defensive training for them to teach them how to drive to make sure to avoid accident. Well, because of the product, you know, say it is spill, and when it spill, it can cause fire. So we can always train ourselves how to operate a fire extinguisher, and then we should also talk about again how to contain the spill. We have what we call spill kits. Them, we use them. If you go to the station, then you can see Sansan. You can also see fire extinguisher then around there. So we can always use them, measure them to prevent some of them accident there. But as we go on, I will tell you now the stage by stage from where the vessel can, now the bat, now the water, from there how the inside the tank them, then down to how we distribute them. We will talk about all them stage them and waiting other preventive measures we don't put in place.
Okay, Stevens, make we look at some of the ways them una therefore work towards the theme for this year celebration and waiting at the theme for this year celebration.
Thank you very much. The theme for this year's celebration now the impact of digitalization and artificial intelligence (AI) on workplace safety and health in a petroleum marketing and importing company. So, in that sense, as a company, as a responsible company, we don't digitalize the terminal. Before we go to call now the micro load system, we will not be ever get na Sierra Leone.
Okay.
But now we get we the load 15 minutes, it all load 20,000 quantity of product to a tanker. While before, maybe now 45 minutes, it will take. So the micro load don't help you in that. So now a digitalization format as well. And we get the ATG. My colleague here just be the talk about when the vessel barging, how they transfer until we tank them. For letting overflow or a spill, we get the HEG system where they monitor them. You sit down at your office, at your computer, you see them. Immediately, it reach to the level, you get your radio handset, you communicate that, then go close the valve, so no will get over spill.
Okay.
So these are the measures, and the last one where we try for rollout, now the card system. We are in all tanker, nobody not for interfere into documentation, lots of paperwork. When you get the card system, the safety team don't ensure they don't inspect the BRV, it fits for road. Then you, the driver, just go to the gantry, slot your card, then in the gear access, they load you, you come out without no plenty documentation. So this is not the way we try for complement the digitalization of World Safety Day.
So is it that una don dey do am or na quite recently una start for digitalize some of these activities or services?
Yes, of course, we don't do some of them, like the micro load, we don't do them. Now the card system will just don't roll out.
Okay, so more look at waiting at some of the measures, safety measures we NP don't they put in place as way for mitigate, risk na workplace them and also boost safety.
Thank you very much. A plenty. The first thing we do as a responsible company, we get what we call a toolbox stock.
Okay.
Now a daily one, the way we before we start off work, we don't communicate to the drivers them, we workers, and tell them the risks we involve and how we for prevent them. So on that toolbox talk, on the conversation, now they then can ask questions that we maybe they doubt them on how for go on or take a particular tax. So then we can clarify them on the toolbox talk. Also, monthly we get what we call emergency drill, where we can do for at least like a simulation, where they imagine say there is a fire somewhere in the terminal, they will raise the alarm, then everybody can come at the assembly point. Then we talk to them on the effect on how for control when there is an incident.
Okay. So how this don't help una workman them, especially where a lot of time people can say na a country like Salon where come to safety of workers, you know, it don't be questionable. And celebration like this, some institution them can come and celebrate because they want for make international organization and feel or think say then they do well. So how this don't they help on our workman them in terms of, you know, boosting the morale, in terms of giving them more knowledge about how to go about things things of safety and such.
Well, discussion I want to tell NP management plenty thank you for the opportunity within the Gidi Safety Department for organized training. Training is one key thing where they help save workman. We no understand maybe the hazard behind the job, but with training you go get clear knowledge for handle a situation where it thinks it not safe. So NP as a management then key on training.
Okay.
Recently, as my colleagues say, we just do the defensive drivers training, and now we can roll out again the fire force training. We every year we conduct training as well. We go to National Fire Force, we do the training with them, then show you how to use the equipment them. So we get some of the equipment in our terminal, like the fire engine, where we get gun monitors, we get sprinklers. So when we go to Fire Force, and then can give you the advanced training. So basically, with NP management, they give support to training. We make the Okumade safe.
Okay, Mr. Bamaja, quite recently, Stephen talked about how they don't handle petroleum spillage, but you know you can lay more emphasis on how they ensure say petroleum spillage not affect the environment and safety.
Yeah, actually, EPA then go attest to that because most of the time then they visit the facility and they will always write a report. They don't see how robust we spill management plan there. We get spill kits them, even most of we motorcan them, we don't put spill kits there. Then spill kit them, now some equipment them in case there's a spillage, how to contain them to make sure say it not spread.
Okay.
Just like how locally we can use sand when the spill just to contain them. So we get down there. Even now with terminal, or with tank then get what they call bond wall. That bond wall, now you make a block around that tank, so if the spill occur, it no go spread past down there, so you can put container inside there.
Okay.
So with tanker driver, then self-sabi, you get equipment, when they boom, when they absorbent part them, and what they do. Even few weeks ago, we train them, we say, okay, this tanker, spill don't do, how go handle them? Then the tanker driver, they move around, they all put the spill container, they able contain them, something like that. So this is not one of the ways they talk. But like how Stephen been they talk, with respect to most of the training, and now best with the money, we also get what we will call them fuel fact them, and they will get their MP smart card. Now, you don't need to get Boku money to get a filling station. All you need to lay your money there inside your card. Once you go to the station now, you don't need the attendant there. You know, all you need to do is slot your card, push there how much you want. If not 20 liters, 30 liters, so you take the nozzle, you don't pump your fuel. So the idea of saying that, hey, me pump my fuel not full up, or this attendant, you know, there again.
Okay.
You go put your own and so on, you get your quantity, you come out. So now one of the technology advancement we don't put in place. Second, the student at the terminal again, we call them fuel fact, just like I explained. Now the tanker driver, now no more with the computer and so on. You don't need any motor man again for say I don't delay me. So delay no, they are now with the get speed to market.
Okay.
So these are some of the ways so we don't put in play. With respect to spillage, we manage them very well with that ATG. So you can even it is like your phone. So as the
I don't ever get issue where you're not able for manage spillage or situation.
Well, as a matter of fact, now where motorcar can get accident, and that they occur as a result of people they car in, and I get for come to that. Once tanker for door or at time they fire, most of the accident they come on. If too much human interference no day, it not can result into fire.
Okay.
We can go conveniently. We transfer the product here that they raise the motor car, but now because some man they can't do Okada they can't do with the spark and no see their own plug now outside the day, so it's more fuel trip and that plug, of course there's fire. So man they can't want pull the battery, want thief the battery, and the motor car will get accident. So now all the thing there. So now under some circumstances where the spill will spread. Because then they go down to manage. And where we can, they could even want B2 pull come out and so on. But we try to measure when I make a tell the Sierra Leone police also beaucoup thank you and the fire force, then you always come to here to make sure they will control the crowd to do it. So yes, spill then they occur, but if na MP only, we will able to manage that spill if interference not going too much from the crowd. And then they actually spread them.
Okay, well, we'll go for a break and take a message, quick one, and when we come back, we'll continue with the discussion. But if you just join me, you'll listen to Safi Bamaja and Stephen Kouma, and then our health, safety, security, and environment officers for NP Sierra Leone Limited, and they inside the studio for talk about World Safety Day 2025, where NP Sierra Leone, the join other organization there, including the rest of the world, for commemorate. And this day, na it happen the 28th April every year.
Fumble them. We don't see beaucoup problem per petrol accident.
Now that make NP Sierra Leone, they beg all man, you be old pow, young boy and young girl, old mamio, and even the pikin themselves, not for go near any side where they say petrol, diesel, or kerosene they leak. No go take ball pan, rubber kitchen, or 5 gallon for go engande. If any spark take place, the one whole area go catch fire.
You will go put rubber oh. That boss you wasted over yonder innocent one, it go kill all man with the around that area day, and it go burn any oswe them put na field day.
Do you hear me, Fambule? Not joke with petrol in trouble. It can bad for see.
You when a driver, not catch matches or lighter for light cigarette na petrol station or any sour field day. Even you when they go buy fuel na petrol station, if you phone ring, not pick the call. Put them off. When you come out there, you go call the person where be they call you.
So do you hear me, Fambule? NP Sierra Leone, they tell everybody na salon say kapu sense, not kapu word.
Indeed, Kapu sense, no Kapu word. Anyways, from NP Sierra Leone Limited, as a way for commemorate World Safety Day, and we still get inside the studio, as I make mention, Safi Bamaja and Stephen Kouma, we discuss on the things that we people need to know about MP Operation Salon and things that we don't need for know when it comes to safety. Now, Mr. Bamaja, you better talk about where tanker gets accident, the things that way people can do, we can make a result to fire incidents or whatnot. But what people them need for do if them see like an accident, because such inevitable it can happen at any time, but the process then see something like that, a fuel tanker, God forbid, get an accident, waiting people need for do as a way for ensure their safety.
Okay, thank you very much. When I make this World Day for Health and Safety at Work Day, sensitization and of course creating the awareness, because that is an accident. The reason why we bring out this program now to put measures in place to prevent accident in our workplace, to prevent injury, to also prevent diseases there. Because in our workplace now they spend most of the time. To me, family there, you should know say petroleum product na thing wey can easily catch fire, just like you gas wey dey cook with. Therefore, if you handle am well, you go ensure say e dey safe. Now, but when you handle am wrongly, the basic thing is that anytime tanker for done, no can near there. Stay far away. In fact, comot dey completely. Not to tell them that you go with your bucket, just like how the adverts been shown. Because any slight mistake, it can always result into fire. Allow the master sabi there, when a fire force, when a EPA, PRA, logo handle them very well. So my advice now, immediately you see tanker, even team up, na corner, not near there. You already drive behind tanker or before tanker, not to challenge tanker driver or tanker motorcar, because if you know say na flammable thing down there, you bang her and there can be explosion, because you know like spark. Any slightest spark na danger. So now to always make sure avoid. Now during the training, we dey tell the tanker driver then too, we say for park, we say not to park. And like my friend, my brother talk here, we always make sure say we check them every morning, fit for load, to make sure that they are fit on purpose. But peradventure, because a machine, you get breakdown around the load, they can always call immediately, oh, I don't get breakdown, no. So we tell them waiting for do, how to put the triangle reflector on front and back to know, say, this particular one an emergency, and then to repair if possible. But if we don't realize, say, the repair will take too long, with the car, immediately with the emergency vehicle, they will get all the things inside the motor car.
Okay.
We come with another truck, we transfer the product inside and pull and come on.
Okay, now, Stephen, make we talk about, how people in able for use fire extinguisher, where we make mention of earlier, of how important it be for make person get an hose in a workplace, and say where they spend where they spend time, and that's a way for preventing self from any disaster.
Yeah, fire extinguisher me normally can relate for be bulletproof. So Jaman, where they go our front, they get in bulletproof. So for we in our stations, now your house, you any side way you do your business, you necessarily forget fire extinguisher because that one in your bulletproof. And the fire extinguisher, it did a not for big fire. And for just then small fire, they will want start like spark. Maybe they could get the incident and now of this fire incident with the happen. So you go use a fire extinguisher and we get different type of fire extinguisher. You know go use this fire extinguisher for the wrong purpose. They will also kill you. You know go take foam extinguisher for go extinguish electrical fire.
Okay.
It will electrocute you. So we get the class A, B, C when the powder will appropriate for that kind of task. So NP as a company, we did train all the pump attendants and station managers across the country. Last year, the sales manager and the sales team, the safety department, and the technical team go out now the region. McKinney, now they will centralize all the station managers and pump attendants from Kabalaka, Makwe, then come to McKinney. We do the training there on how to use fire extinguisher. We go to Bo as well. We get out the southeast. They all come from Matujon, Root Tribe, Kailang. They come to Bo. We do the training there for 2 days and we turn back. So this is the way we, as a responsible company, you train people there for how to use a fire extinguisher that you can place. And very, very important. I'd advise you, if you get a kitchen, get one fire extinguisher.
So who's fire extinguisher person for use for waiting? You make mention of electric fire incident, and go use foam extinguisher for put them off. So who's one for use for waiting?
Now use the class A, B, C.
Okay.
Where they for A, they for combustible material, B, they for fuel, and then the C, they for electrical. So you can use that foam. The ABC powder type. Okay. Be appropriate for use.
Now, make we talk about besides fuel where MP deal with, mainly where a lot of people know MP for, and also get cooking gas there. So tell the public this moment how for Anduluna cooking gas there, Mr. Bamaja.
Okay, thank you very much. Cooking gas, we all sabi now something gas the same. It just perceive the smell no more. Okay, which means if gas dey any side except the smell no go see am. Cooking gas, you need to handle am with all manner of care. Either you empty or you full. To start with, when gas dey inside cylinder, you no for lay down. You for lay team up erect. And the another thing is that now because of the fact that with the free cylinder and not if we cylinder them, boy, if you find more advisable make a gas cylinder, then I do. You connect the cable inside. You inside the cook. Okay. And some man, now when they don't put on the gas cylinder, they put the burner on, then they will begin fire matches. By the time you don't get the matches, the gas don't spread outside. Okay. Any small spark, na fire. Oh. So the procedure is hold the matches na your hand or you light, and I make some of the cookie gas there now automatic. Once you turn out, the light don't come on. So once if you don't get down there, you can forget your lighter. Make sure you say hold the lighter na your hand. You go first of all to the burner itself. Then don't put on the burner. Go now you cylinder first, put it on, they turn on your bunda before ever you strike the matches. And do ya enter with phone, they will with you around that area in order safe to answer phone call because of what the
Yeah,
exactly. It can the potential to explode and not allow picking them. And most of the time, once you get your phone call or you put on the gas, not to down there, you then adore they talk in the kitchen. Now for make sure say you pay attention to it. Especially when they fry something, there's every tendency that it will result into fire. But when that they happen, I mean, if there is small fire inside you, maybe you fire plate or tray, so now just to take cover them. You remove the oxygen there automatically.
Who's kind cover?
No, you cooking pot. Let's assume you fry plantain or something like that, and then there is already the oil. Don't get fire. Just take you cooking the cover of the pot, cover them. Okay. And then we will very soon go come on there to demonstrate them particular method them how to go about them. Okay. And then of course if now the cylinder we get to get wet blanket. But if you don't get, you can just take blanket, soak inside foam, then styrofoam. You just wrap and pan the cylinder. Because once oxygen not there, because for fire today you need the oxygen, you know the fuel, you know. So once one of them not there, of course the fire will go on, just like how Stephen did talk. And they need to know the various fire extinguisher them, just like I did mention. Okay, the ABC 90 for all, and when at the dry powder. Okay, like I rightly say, if you take the one when a foam, you go extinguish the one when electrical fire, the foam get water. So you know, say water and electricity not to party. So you can always do that there. So we need to know all the basic things there. So now we make with the train. And I'm interested to know that the Kisi community themselves they benefit. Anytime fire force come to train we would always extend the invitation to them. We bring them on board to train them. And we realize how important fighting fire in the country there. So MP in wisdom, we don't actually partner with Fire Force. We don't make sure say we install and then Kisi place they don't install borehole to them na Kisi. The same thing at the western area there with almost 20,000 liters of water tank. So anytime fire there any side they can always use them. So we don't install the borehole. Now we give them the pump. Now we service them. So anytime fire there they can do that. So anytime we call them for come for any training, of course they're willing to do that for we.
Okay, Stephen, most of the side and we filling station and the side people Kimboku every day abuse the streets, abuse the areas, and some of those areas people can involved in activity then we perhaps they're not for involved in when they around petrol stations and all of this. How best una can ensure say una safeguard una filling station them and able for know the kind of activities where they happen around so that it not will lead to any disaster.
Yeah, thank you very much for that brilliant question. The first thing we as a responsible company do is when we build the station, we get what we call forecourt. That one day they prevent people for intrude. But that notwithstanding, you still get beggars where they come around, you get thief money where they come around, or some station like the one Kisi, then we open body, we management say the station there at IRIX. So we stop her. So for people where they come sell our stations there, the station manager get the responsibility for ask them out of the station.
Okay.
A mandatory, now power, for compromiser, because a compromiser, that person know the hazardous area where it is. Potentially, it takes cigarette, it smoke.
Yeah.
Despite we get the signs there all over at the station.
It's no smoking.
Some man know they read and write. Look just see them push boys the house they around. And okay, if the person smoking cigarette, they go just fling her. So now we go around. The training we do for all point attendants and station managers, we bring and come out clearly. We not for encourage people in at the station. Only would they go for go buy and go. Again, some motorcar can go break down at the station. Okay. You not for open the bonnet today. Because it also get potential for cause fire. So we can ask the vehicle for let them push them out of the station. Then you can further do your maintenance on them, but not to the station.
Okay.
So they disseminate this information to people by putting this signages around, or tell people they say do and not can also no smoke here. But despite that, they still come. But the station manager get the responsibility for ask them out.
Okay, before we wrap up, few text messages where I go take on Facebook. This one they say from Ibrahim Dabo, they say NP is the #1 oil company in Sierra Leone. That is why all safety health measures are in place, which is earn us internationally standards with ISO certified. As ISO certified company. Edwin Peacock, they say kudos NPSL for such an educative program on safety, and also kudos to NP for taking this wonderful step to sensitize the country as a whole on safety health. And another message, I think that the training of staff and tank drivers is essential in addressing safety issues by NPSL. Kudos. Bravo also to the company for working with other stakeholders like Fire Force to address safety issues. Jibrila Kagbo, thanks so much, guys, for this educative message. Well, now the message, and then we'll go take inside the show. As a way of wrapping up, quick one in a few seconds, I'll start with Mr. Bamaja. You know, any key message for where you want to share with the general public, like the one way you want to make it stick to the mind whenever the member or then see NP filling station, then go able for member that key message we wanna give, especially on a day like this way, on they join the world for commemorate safety.
Yeah, thank you very much. MP don't become ISO certified, International Standard Organization. For let them certify you as a reputable company, means say you do things right. You handle the environment properly as approved by the government and internationally. And of course, the safety of the workman them, they put as priority. The environment, the workman them, and of course, your processes, your customers also dissatisfied with you. And we always want to maintain that standard. So my advice to the people them, filling station not a place to go sell. Filling station not a place for go sit down there keep time. Even when you go buy a fuel, you commodity. So then we disable people, put them under the car with a wheelchair them for can big with the advice because somehow they can't drive, maybe a new driver, not sabi this, and that place is somehow tight, so they no can bang it just now. And also to make sure say, you know, smoke there, your cell phone self, you know, advisable to answer cell phone at the station. And finally, if tanker for them for any reason, no go there to go take fuel. Move away, far away from that place.
Okay, Mr. Koma.
Yeah, just for buttress from Musa, my colleague just end up. If we can remember, November 5, 2021, we get a tanker incident in Wellington. We cost Sierra Leone a lot. Waiting begin because, well, we don't discuss some so. So again, we just want to remind people that anytime you see tank the leak, no go near there for go scoop the fuel. Otherwise, you go put we all at high risk. So please, this is your advice to we colleagues Sierra Leoneans them that any side you see tanker get spillage, do ya when I not go near there. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Well, now this will get time for inside the program this morning. We will get people from NP, Sierra Leone Limited. We can talk about World Safety Day 2025. Safi Bamaja and Stephen Kooma, Health, Safety, Security, and Environment Officers from NP Sierra Leone Limited. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. Well, now all this will get time for. Thanks to everybody. We make the show possible. DJ Wonder, we always give you the technical support inside the studio. Abubakar Bendu, Soisi say, we make us live on Facebook, and also the producers of the show, Fatma Talebi and Reginald Brian Ojokutu Soya. The executive producer for the show, now Teresa Thomas. Until tomorrow, we will join you again with exciting topics inside the Epic Morning Show. Marion Precious George say, have a blissful day and tata.
Humble them. We don't see beaucoup problem per petrol accident.
Now that make NP Sierra Leone the big all man. You be old Pao, young boy and young girl, old mamio, and even the pikin themselves not for go near any side where they say petrol, diesel, or kagozi the leak. No go take ball pan, rubber kitchen, or 5 gallon for go engande. If any spark take place, the one whole area go catch fire.
You will go put rubber oh. That boss you wasted over yonder innocent one, it go kill all my way around that area day, and it go burn any hose wey dem put na fuel dey.
Do you hear me, Fambule? Not joke with petrol in trouble. It can bad for see.
You wey na driver, no scratch matches or lighter for light cigarette na petrol station or any sawe fuel dey. Even you wey dey go buy fuel na petrol station, if you phone ring, no pick the call. Put am off. When you comot there, you go call the person wey be dey call you.
So do you hear me, Fambule? NP Sierra Leone, they tell everybody na salon say, Kapu sense, not Kapu word.
In a world where brands, businesses are struggling to capture the attention of customers, we focus on cutting-edge marketing communications that communicate, engage, and interact directly